Yo, what's up everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Resident Roleplay. This is a show where a group of friends and I get together and play homebrewed tabletop RPG set in the world of Resident Evil. I'm your host and GM, Raphael, and welcome back everybody.
Yep.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm still falling behind. I'm watching this unfold.
So, after this last traumatic week, are you guys ready to get back into things? It's been a long week. It feels like it's been... There was just a lot of work needed to lead up to this, but it's really been something. So,
I feel like the week wasn't long enough.
no, yeah, it certainly could have been longer, but could have done with it. But nonetheless,
Yeah. Oh, I can close this tab now. That guy doesn't exist.
Oh no! Yeah, rip a meal. So, yeah, I think without further ado, shall we get into things?
I think so.
Let's go.
I'm a little heartbroken. I just watched two characters fade to black.
Yeah, and then you,
Yeah.
yeah, man, yeah.
Oh, I was not
rough.
expecting that.
It's
I was just
rough, man.
expecting just the silhouettes, not fade to silhouette.
No. Just a little tear.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
That was hobbled together at the last minute.
Yeah, I literally
caused
did
the stream
that.
to be a little delayed, but I think it was
Yeah.
worthwhile. Also, speaking of Doc, we haven't talked about this on stream yet because it just happened earlier, but we just uploaded that video from the behind the scenes of the Deneth where Doc's infamous skin came from. Yeah, that was a while ago, and I was talking about this before the stream started as well, but today I finally offloaded all of the raw files from the Deneth Chronicle, so that was a bit of a sentimental moment for me today. So I archived all that on external drives, and it is now, I'm now, as I tweeted, 550 plus gigabytes lighter on my hard drive, so we could stream all night. Let's go.
Oh, I'm down.
So I have a question though. There's an incident that happened during the filming process a couple times where I've pressed many a buttons, and I don't think we're filming.
No,
but like that would have been a great added to that as well. It's
yeah,
like,
that'd be great videos, but yeah, I don't think we caught any of that on camera, sadly. But yeah,
so bad.
Those times when Doc would like push buttons and like spawn a cubic buttload of monsters on the city.
Yeah.
I love
No,
What's this
that
do?
wasn't attached to anything. It looked like it was supposed to be a rock.
Which, this is a good time. We haven't done this in a while to plug the Deneth Chronicle, our big Minecraft Machinima web series from 2 years back, which I'm still really proud of. I think that is some of our most monumental work. I'm really proud of the way that turned out. Every time I look back on it, like and just like watch a little bit of it, I'm continually impressed with it. Like, man, how did this happen?
I know. Bryger recently did. He screened the first episode of Edenith.
That's right.
He does
he did that on his stream, right? Yeah, I didn't see that. But
He does a machinima review thing, and he screened like the first episode of it. I was like looking at it, and I was like, man, that's not bad.
Yeah, but anyway, nonetheless, enough sentiment about how we met Doc.
The greatest day of your lives.
I don't know about that. But
So far.
but anyway, also another thing I should talk about more on the topic of the campaign. Unfortunately, with Archaea now past, Lisa has just released Archaea's playlist, so official character playlist. So if you want to see that, she tweeted it, and also along with some original artwork that she got commissioned for it. And you can find all that on the community Discord server, which you can find links for in the description of all our YouTube videos and our Twitch page. And you can find it pinned under the content discussion channel. So yeah, it's a pretty good playlist. I gave it a listen. I loved all the playlists though. All the character playlists were great. I thought that was a great exercise, and I'm glad everyone kind of took to it.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to listen to her playlist because I was too busy making my own playlist.
Yeah, I know you were working on playlists all this week, but I mean, I've also been working on playlists. I'm really excited about the next NPC one. But anyway, without further ado, shall we get into things and see where things go from the tragedy of last week? So, previously on Resident Roleplay. While trapped in the manor of the Feliciano crime family, you discovered that the entire gang was infected with some sort of parasite that you've never encountered before. With the Felicianos seeking to kill or capture each of you, your party fought your way to the rooftop, where you found Antonio Marconi, the consigliere of the Felicianos. As Archaea attempted to be diplomatic with Marconi, the rest of you rushed him and destroyed the signal jammer that prevented your previous communications in the process. In response, Marconi mutated into a larger, more monstrous form. You fought him and ultimately defeated him, but not before he could fling Archaea from the rooftop down to his men below. Emil, resolving that no one could have Archaea if he couldn't, leapt from the rooftop, fought his way past the horde of Ganados, and plunged his poisoned bayonet into Archaea's chest, killing her in an instant. Afterwards, Emil laid down his arms and surrendered, seeing nothing left to live for. Emil was captured. Chauncey was enraged and continued fighting Don Feliciano, who had just arrived. But the Don effortlessly overpowered Chauncey, knocking him unconscious after explaining that a friend of his desired Chauncey alive. So, that's where we're opening tonight. The party is scattered. Archaea is dead. Chauncey and Emil have both been captured. Only Katara remains behind on the rooftop watching these events unfold. Katara. So, in the immediate aftermath of all this, as the crowd of mafia thugs disperses below, you see a majority of them escorting your now captured allies around the building, heading towards the back. Don Feliciano joins them, but not before motioning a group of about 5 men towards him, and he just sort of says to them, "There's one more unaccounted for. Search the mansion and take her out," before moving on. So, you're up on this rooftop, you see this small group starting to enter the building. It's getting it later into the evening now. Again, the sky was turning orange last time, and you see now the sun is beginning to set, but as that orange, in that orange sky under that light, you kind of see a few shinies glimmering off of Marconi's body.
Okay. Well, she's dropping to the ground, or not like off the building, but just like keeping low.
That would be the way to join your friends. Yeah.
Immediately. No, she's keeping low, like,
okay,
she's like, I don't up here. And I trying to remember the battlefield last time, but there were like a few areas that you could some provided half cover, others provided full.
Yeah, there were some utilities and stuff up on the rooftop that were pretty tall. So yeah, you kind of crouch down low, make sure you're not plainly obvious, and start moving along the rooftop.
Yeah, because the initial plan that she has is, she's like, okay, people are leaving, but there is a cleanup crew here. However, staying up on the rooftop seems like a better suggestion than heading throughout the mansion.
Okay.
So what she's probably going to do is she's going to post up on that roof and find a place to kind of just, like, behind one of those utilities, away from where that, entrance is.
Okay, yeah, kind of away from the trapdoor.
Yep, and then she's just gonna kind of like hide there. It's the first thing that she's gonna do.
Okay. I'll say, make a quick stealth check, just to see how well hidden you get and how quietly you accomplish all this. Okay.
Oh, it's a 13.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like nobody has eyes on you currently, so you're, you know, the DC isn't too high. So yeah, you get yourself situated on one corner of the roof and kind of make sure there is a ton of obstacles between you and that trapdoor.
I guess the next thing that she's gonna do is she's gonna pull out her cell phone and she's gonna call Neria, knowing that it'll likely go to a voice message.
Mm-hmm. Which it does, yeah.
And she's just, you know, on that voice message, she's like, I don't know what's going to happen to me. Everyone's gone. One's dead, both are captured. I'm up here. I'm at the Don's mansion alone on the roof. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't know when you'll get this message, but if I don't make it, I'm sorry. I love you. And please, don't get involved. I don't want anything to happen to you. And then she hangs up. And then she'll call her parents.
Oh, okay. Leaving a similar sort of message.
Yep, leaving a similar sort of message to them as well.
All right. Yeah, you get that call out. Also goes to voicemail, but yeah, you do leave them a similar sentimental goodbye kind of message.
And then after that, she's gonna turn her ringer off.
Just put it on silent.
Yep. Just keep it on silent
or vibrate.
Not even that.
Okay, you're going completely silent.
She's going completely silent.
All right.
And I guess from there, yeah, she's just gonna stay posted up on the roof, and just kind of wait to see what goes down.
Okay. So you wait a little while, a few minutes pass. Make a quick perception check, just to see what all you're gonna be able to notice about this whole situation.
Yeah, 13.
Okay. Obviously it's a very big mansion, so a majority of their movements you can't much get a beat on just using, especially since you're just using hearing alone. You don't have much sight from up here. At least not inside the mansion. You can see all around, and you see now kind of over behind the mansion, you see this massive field, you know, that is bordered on all sides by a sort of forested area. And yeah, you see the large vineyard in the front leading out to the front gates. But yeah, as far as hearing goes, you don't hear a whole lot of the movements of this crew that seems to have entered the building. Until at one point you hear a little bit of muffled sounds coming from possibly directly below you. And you realize after a moment that's probably echoing up through that trap door.
Okay. Yeah, no, she's gonna stay posted.
Okay, you stay put. Yeah.
Yep. In her mind, it's better to keep hidden and not move to investigate these things.
All right. Yeah. So you stay put. Hear some voices. I'll say they're a little muffled and a little distant. But with your perception check, I would say, you know, especially given how unsubtle they're being, you do hear a couple of voices kind of distant echoing up through that trapdoor area. One of them's just like, yeah, all right, just gotta be around here somewhere. I think last they saw all of them, they was up on the roof. And it's just like, you hear another one's just like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, maybe we should get up onto the rooftop. I mean, you sure we shouldn't call all the other guys? And it's just like, Yeah, we should be good. I heard it was just some researcher we were after. There's two of us and one of her. We could take some scientist. He's just like, oh, I don't know. I heard it was like a bodyguard or something. Scientist, bodyguard, whatever it is. Yeah, we got this. And you hear like some like hands and feet start climbing the rungs of the ladder leading up to the rooftop.
Okay.
You hear a couple of steps kind of taking on the gravel. You're staying hidden?
Yeah, staying hidden.
Alright, you hear those steps moving around. Yeah, and you... after a few moments go by, and your heart rate's kind of intensifying as you hear these guys moving about. You see the shadow of one of them as the sun's starting to set in that western direction. You see a shadow kind of moving past your current cover, and you're just like preparing to move around and rotate around it just in case. And it gets closer and closer. And then, just as it seems like the shadow looms large and is just about to round the corner, you hear like a muffled coming from within the mansion. It sounds like a gunshot. It's just like, hey, Rufus, you hear that? Hey, I think they found it down there. Let's go. And then the shadow moves away, and you hear hurried footsteps move down back towards the ladder.
She's like... and then it's just like, why is there in her mind she's like, why is there a gunshot? So they go back down the ladder.
Yeah.
I guess like since there's nobody else up there, she's gonna kind of move a bit closer to where that trap door is, but just to see if she could hear a bit more of what's going on.
I'll say make another perception check. Oh,
that's a nat 20.
So yeah, you move closer to that, and as you see them, you kind of appear around the corner as they're going down the hatch, and so you kind of see them both move down, and you're on this rooftop alone. You move towards the trap door, and as you do, you kind of catch a glimpse of movement as they move out of your sight, and you're listening closely. You hear them kind of heading down towards moving down out of the attic area, down the stairs into the second floor halls that that leads to, and you just hear them just hurriedly move down the halls until eventually they exit the eagle motif door that was in there, and eventually another door that you hear more muffled on the other side of that they go through, and you just hear them calling out just like, hey, everything all right over there? And it's just all kind of muffled, and but you do hear some stuff. With that perception check, I'll say you hear all that. You get all that from the natural 20. I need you to make one more perception check for me.
Okay.
Because one thing to hear, you would have disadvantage
that is a
for.
22.
Wow. All right. So even with disadvantage, you do hear a few suppressed gunshots, just like just kind of muffled, just like double muffled, but just barely you make out, like you with your ear to the ground practically, echoing throughout the manor.
She's like, what? Oh no, okay. So considering the area where they fought all the what's it called? The two statue or statue?
The
knights.
The armaduras.
Yeah.
As they're called in 4.
Yeah. So that room, like, I know it's dark, definitely. So like, were there many places to like hide behind there too?
Oh no, yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot in there. That attic was kind of used for storage, and you know, I pointed out how like when you first came in, the knights, the armors were kind of covered in these like white drapes, and there's a lot more like crates and you know stuff like that and bags and just things strewn all about. Some of them are covered in stuff as well. It's just like there's a lot in there.
Okay.
So yeah, there's definitely plenty of hiding spots.
Cool. Yeah. So she's gonna go back. She's gonna go down into there. Very just like slowly.
All right.
Because she's hearing all these gunshots happening. You're the silent gunshots, and she's like, "What is going on?" And she'll probably go down there. Where do I want her to go? I'll have it. You know what? I'll have her post up in there for a moment,
in the
just
attic?
to kind of in the attic, just to kind of hear, see if see if more things go down or if those people start coming back. Because she's like unsure. Because she's like unsure if she should continue moving.
Okay, so you wait for a moment.
Yep.
As you enter into this dimly lit area, or rather pitch black area, save for the light coming out of the trap door from the rooftop. You kind of look around, settle yourself, but you do notice, because this area is so dark, this small little like light source shining off of you, and you do notice through your pants that your phone is currently lighting up. Not making any noise, but just lighting up.
She's gonna, she's gonna go to a decent enough hiding spot, and then just kind of like pull out her phone, kind of cover up the light a bit, just to see who may be calling.
Okay, yeah, you get to like a distant corner in the attic, check out the phone, and yeah, you looking at it. The caller ID doesn't actually give you anything. It just it just says unknown.
Excuse-moi. She's gonna look at it. And she's gonna answer it. She's gonna be like, "Hello?
Yes, hello. Is this Katara Oswald?
Yeah, it's me.
This is Maya Carmen. I'm not sure if you know me. I'm a operator. I worked for Chauncey. I understand he was with a couple of his usual group when he was on this outing. I received a very disturbing call from him, and none of the other usuals that I know he tends to go on missions with are answering. You're the only one that's picked up.
Yeah, Chauncey's gone. Got taken by the Don. So did Emil. Arkea, she's dead.
Oh my.
I'm the only one here right now. There's a cleanup crew looking for me, but there was gunshots. It's very, very faint, and it caught their attention, and I don't know what's going on. I'm in the attic.
Gunshots. Do you know what Chauncey's status is? My call with him got cut short. Is he KIA?
No, I saw him get manhandled, but not killed. Doesn't look like it.
Oh, well, I guess that's good. Either way, he said he was going on about bioweapons. Can you confirm there are bioweapons on the premises?
It's nothing like I've ever seen before. It's not like a virus. It's like a parasite or something. I don't know what these are.
Parasite?
But they're all infected.
Oh, that sounds familiar. Oh, this isn't good. Alright, well, looks like I was right to follow his word and call in the BSAA. The Foxtrot team is on their way there now. That's Chauncey's team. Look, I'm going to need to know everything that you know about what's going on there.
Alright, I can give you as much as I can, but I'm also trying to keep low at the moment.
Yeah, whatever you can get me, that can help here.
Okay.
We could say if you want, you just like fill her in on everything that's happened so far.
Fill her in, because I'm going through my notes like, oh, that's a lot to discuss.
Yeah, a lot has happened.
And then I tell her.
Yeah, so she just goes through and tells her everything that she knows.
All right, so yeah, you kind of recap everything that's happened so far, and she's just like, oh, this is a real bad situation. I mean, if the Felicianos are still in league with the Manifold, things might be far worse than we expected. And they are just openly trying to kill you over there?
Yeah.
I guess on their own property, that'd be the place to do stuff like that. Alright, well, I think the BSAA is on its way. ETA maybe about 1 hour. I'd recommend... oh no, maybe staying put as best you can. Stay safe, stay hidden, whatever you need to do. Find Chauncey if you can, but the BSAA should be there soon, and they should be able to help.
All right. I don't know where I would find Chauncey. The Don took him, but I'll try.
All right. Feel free to call this number back if ever you have any more updates.
Of course. Thank you.
Yeah. Keep your eyes to the sky. Those choppers should be arriving within the hour.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, so after that, she's gonna hang up, just put her phone back in the pocket. Just stay hidden for now.
Okay, so staying put.
Yep.
All right. And after a little while, you hear some movement. First of all, I'll need you to make another stealth check for your hiding place in here.
Okay.
I'll say with advantage given the darkness, just like how terribly dark it is.
That's a 22.
All right. So, after a little bit, you find yourself well hidden amongst all the various pieces of storage that is in this attic. There are just like lots of little boxes and crates for you to hide between, and a lot of that kind of the when you're fighting the armors, like it felt pretty close quarters, but that's because you guys were kind of following these established tracks, these kind of lanes of movement that you could take between all the boxes. Almost, they form like these sort of boundaries, but kind of ignoring those, you just like hop over some boxes and find yourself in the middle of a bunch of stuff and just like try to cover yourself up as best you can, and you feel pretty well hidden amongst all this storage.
Okay.
And yeah, in the eventually though, after a couple of minutes, by the time essentially that you finish this conversation, you do hear some movement in the hall from the second floor, and eventually you hear what sounds like the same two guys that were here earlier, by their voices as you hear them talking, coming up the staircase leading into the attic. And you hear them kind of, and you have a little bit of visual, like obscured visual from all the obstacles, but you could, you're in a pretty good position with that stealth check to try and get a good view out of this, hiding spot if need be. But yeah, you hear them kind of talking. They're just like, yeah. So you were really the only survivor out of all those guys there? And they sound like they're talking to someone else, because you hear the other big guys just like, oh, yeah, that seems awfully weird. And he's like, she came this way? I mean,
yeah. I could have sworn she came this way.
Yeah, all right. Well, I guess we just gotta start looking. I mean, she could be hiding anywhere.
Yeah. Big guy, you go check over there by that big suspicious-looking box. You know the one.
Oh, he's like scratching his head. He's just like, hey, you mean that one over there or that one over there?
Yeah, you got a good eye. Check both of them just in case.
Yeah, all right. He's No, it's not normal Ganado stats, but I'm gonna give this guy a -1 on investigation. Just because his name is Rufus.
As he goes off that direction. Wait for you to finish rolling.
Yeah.
As he goes off that direction, I'm putting a knife in the other guy.
All right, make an attack roll with advantage.
Huh? Hold on.
So you see this big derpy, mafia thug just sort of go off towards some crates, and you see him like not even nowhere near the crates that you're at, and he just starts like looking under like some sheets. And he's just like, oh, no here, boss. and the other guy's just like, I'm telling you, Rufus, this is a waste of time. We already been here through here, and then. By the time, just like as he reaches like the tail end of his sentence, the Feliciano thug that they came up with, the third man, just like takes a combat knife and just sticks it in that guy's throat. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Do I need to?
Probably not, but I just want to see the dice roll.
Okay. Oh, I need to do all sorts of new stuff. Okay, hold on. Well, this might take a little bit. Plus that plus that should be right. That is 22 points of damage.
Yeah, and that's with a crit too, because
that is
surprise.
Yes, that is with the crit.
All right. So. You see this. Wait, trying to figure this out because that's 2d6 at the start.
That's for the knife.
The knife is 2d6.
Knife is 1d6.
So I thought it should be 1d8. You have a combat knife, right? Or
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I have written down 1d6. I've been rolling 1d6 for the combat knives.
Nah.
That's gonna get fixed.
Yeah, so -3 to 19, and then plus
10. So that's -3. So that's add 7 to that is 29.
29 points of damage. Yeah, I'll say that's close enough. You're technically 1 hit point off, but I'll say for the sake of this, you
and then I bop him with my other hand.
Yeah, offhand attack. Cool. But you see this other Feliciano thug suddenly turn on the guy who's back by the attic entrance and just and immediately slit his throat, and that guy goes down silently. And Rufus is still over there, just like. I'm gonna go over by these boxes, and he heads over to the crates very nearby now, where you're at, Katara. He's gonna start searching, and he's like, you could have swore like he almost like peers past your direction, but he's just like, it doesn't look like there's anything over here either.
Yeah, keep looking. I'm sure he's over there, and I'm just gonna walk up behind him and So this big guy, does he look like he'd be tougher to take down?
With your training, not necessarily.
Okay, same thing. Knife, knife to the throat.
All right, attack advantage.
Oh, hold on. Now I get double crit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what happens?
If you nat 20 and auto crit,
yeah,
I don't think crit stack, so just regular crit.
All right. I need to make myself a macro for all these. That is not right.
Oh, that would be disgusting.
36 points. There's some sixes.
This guy just like knife to the base of the skull. The big old dude falls unconscious and is very well dead by the hands of your blade, and just like collapses. He threatens to collapse to the ground, but you like catch him and just like let him down slowly.
Yeah. just gonna really quickly just rifle through their pockets.
Okay. Yeah, you find like about $80 between them in cash that they're just carrying on them.
All right.
Not a whole lot. You get the sense that these guys aren't the most high level of thugs.
Yeah. No ammunition or anything like that.
Nothing like that, no.
Okay. Finish patting them down. Quick look around. Anybody see me?
Make a perception check. Well, technically it would be with disadvantage since it's pitch dark
I
here.
have dark vision.
But that brings it up to dim light.
Okay.
So it goes from auto fail to disadvantage.
Got it.
But
only within 30 feet.
Yeah.
That is a 11.
So even with with an 11, unless Katara wants to be seen, you don't necessarily see her.
All right. I'm going to the rooftop.
All right. You head up to the rooftop. Katara, you see this figure just like waltz off, head up the ladder, and up to the roof. And getting on the roof, you again exit that same gravel rooftop that all the incidents of last session took place on. You see the remains of this fight, this burning transmitter, this this corpse which is like torn in two, partly, or both halves kind of mutated with the spinal column all elongated, just strewn across the roof.
Just kind of like looking around, like squatting down by the corpse. And it's like, yeah, very similar to the Kennedy report. I'm gonna check his body, see if he has anything on it.
Okay, both halves.
Just in case.
Yeah. So yeah, you pat down both halves of his body, and you find a couple of things. You find on his lower torso, kind of stuffed into a back pocket, this strange stone quarter circle. And you're really not quite sure what to make of that, but this little pizza slice of stone with some symbolism that looks like it might be engraved on it, but you can't get the full picture. And also you find on his upper torso that he has a ring on one of his fingers that looks quite pricey. So if you want to take that, you could add to your inventory. Feliciano family signet, worth $5,000.
Man, $5,000 sounds like a lot of money for someone who doesn't have any inventory space.
Woo!
I'm going to take the crescent, or the
Emblem?
quarter
Yeah.
circle.
All right.
Emblem. Look around. See nobody. I see no one up here, right?
Yeah. It
I'm
appears
just gonna
to
do some
be
rounds
quite
around the outside of the thing, just looking like over the edge, making sure she didn't jump.
All right, so yeah, you take a look around, and you looking around the edges, you see some like, actually, yeah, you might see some like passing patrols here and there, that come around every once in a while, but they seem to be few and far between. You kind of look around, get the lay of the land of the estate. You don't see any sign of any of the survivors running around this area. But kind of looking in the back, you do see that same kind of field behind the manor that Katara had seen previously with...
Behind?
Yeah, behind the manor. Like on past the back door that the party's been trying to get through.
Yeah. I would have seen that door coming up, right? Knowing that's where this emblem goes.
Yeah, you probably would have. Yeah, you probably would have seen it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll just head back down into the attic and start a thorough search.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll say make an investigation check on the attic.
Does it still have disadvantage? 'Cause I have to like
technically
look really closely
not,
at stuff?
because the lighting only affects perception.
Oh, this is investigation.
Yeah, there's investigation.
Right. 14.
Unfortunately, she rolled really well on
She did.
stealth, so you're like conducting a thorough search of this place. But Katara,
And she's just like circling around.
basically, yeah, you're not staying put. You can't stay put while this guy's conducting a thorough search. You kind of have to move around, and just like whenever you see him coming by, you kind of like rotate, the other way around the box, and just like keep continually out of sight. But you get a close look at this guy. Lauren, if you want to describe what he looks like in a bit more detail, as far as she can see.
So currently he's wearing this big, suit jacket over what looks to be regular street clothes underneath. He has it kind of like closed up so that you can't see, but occasionally you'll be able to see that he's just wearing street clothes underneath the suit jacket. Just like a regular hoodie slash like a heavier kind of jacket. He's wearing dark pants that are a little baggy, except the calves are bound up, so they're like almost skin tight below the knee. He has short brown hair, kind of just combed over to the side. Very sharp, strong jawline, very sharp features, and it looks like a white guy. he looks like an Italian.
And she's just thinking like, I don't know who this person is.
And he very much looks like one of these Feliciano thugs. Just like, he has Italian features. He is clad in one of these kind of overcoats that you would expect one of them to be wearing. It's like, that's the image you're getting.
Yep, she's like, I don't care that you killed those two.
That's even scarier.
Yep, you could have killed them because you failed. It's my turn.
Yeah, right. They weren't good enough. They sent me in.
Like, she's like,
So if I can't find anything up here, moving downstairs, and start checking all the rooms down below again.
All right. Yeah. We'll say, given time, you conduct a thorough search.
Yeah.
Of the manor, and I don't believe you find really anything else of interest. You guys searched this place pretty thoroughly before, so
yeah. So we're like, I'm just doing it twice over, just like, the fuck? What? Where'd you go?
How did she vanish? She's here.
So he's did Rufus and the other guy, did any of them have a hat?
Yeah, I'll say the other guy, Mikey. I will say he had a little bit of a fedora type implement that was resting on his head.
All right. Could I have grabbed that so I don't have to just like go back upstairs and come back down?
Okay, sure. Yeah, we'll say you got his hat.
Yeah. So like I stabbed him and then was like, take that hat. But I'm gonna stick by the front door and just kind of like chill, leaning against it with the hat tipped down and just like.
All right. Staying put.
Yep, just sitting by the front door because there's only 2 exits or entrances.
All right. And so, is Katara doing anything with her time, or is she just waiting?
So I think what I'm gonna have her do is it doesn't sound like anybody else is walking around, right?
No, yeah, it falls pretty silent after a while.
All right, so she's like, I wonder what's in that safe.
Forgot about that.
She's like, I wonder what's in that safe, and what I want her to do is, like start heading down the stairs and then go into the Don's room. And then inside the Don's room, just kind of go in, if I can, because I know you said it was a pretty like big closet.
Yeah, it's a big walk-in closet.
So what I wanted to do is just kind of go in and close it behind her.
Okay.
Go in and close it behind her, and then go up to that safe and start melting through it with dissolving solution, however many you'd want me to use.
Yeah. How much does that normally cost?
Just a chem fluid.
Okay. I'll say, this is a pretty beefy safe. This thing, was the best that money can buy for all intents and purposes, but it is a feature of dissolving solution that it could eat through a solid chunk of metal. So, I'll say if you expend 2 uses of dissolving solution, you could apply enough acid to eat through the lock of this thing. And yeah, so you're doing that?
Yep, I'll do that. And then what she's also going to do is just kind of like make it so, because there's like clothing and all that other stuff in there, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, there's a lot of fine, fancy, formal clothes and things like that.
Definitely go through to hide behind that stuff.
Okay.
Enough.
Gotcha. So yeah,
And then just wait.
So yeah, you apply your dissolving solution and just like acid the lock to a pretty great degree. And yeah, it starts eating away at it. You get the sense that it's going to take a great deal of time. But I'll say you could continue to check back on it as the hours roll on to see how much progress your acid has made.
Yep.
So
Okay, cool.
She went down to the second floor, right?
Yeah, because
Okay.
she just would have to have gone down from the attic and just through the hallway, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's very so she didn't actually enter any of the foyer areas yet, so I haven't seen her.
No, yeah, you haven't.
Yeah. So I'm still chilling by the door, just occasionally looking out from underneath my fedora. That's slightly too big.
Yeah, a little bit too big for your head, but you make it work. All right, and so Katara has her hiding spot.
Yep.
Lauren, your character, has his sentry point, I suppose. And you two just sort of sit in the manor
Waiting
on
for
your
each
own.
other.
Yeah. each to your own devices. So, meanwhile, Chauncey, I'm going to need you to step into the side room with me.
Oh, snap.
We'll be there. Hello.
All right. So, backtracking a little bit. Well, sort of backtracking. It's a little bit, the timeline is a little bit muddled for you because after you got knocked out, just things are just in and out. Your head's spinning, your ears are ringing, your vision's blurred and fading in and out with your consciousness. Your vision fades in. You see green, grass, maybe leaves. You fade out, and you fade back into blurred gray. You feel your legs drag across hard concrete, and then you fade out. You fade back in. Your arms are restrained to a chair. Your blurred sight spots a woman in a white coat. You can't see her clearly, but as her arm outstretches towards you, a syringe comes into focus. You feel something pierce your neck, and you fade back out. As you fade in, you hear a muffled voice, kind of in the distance. Your vision begins to clear, but you realize you're only seeing really out of one eye. But you feel some cloth and maybe like bandage type appendages covering the other. Around you is a dark, dank room, lit only by a harsh yellow lamp hanging above. You see a table across from you on which all of your weapons and armor seem to lie. But you feel your arms kind of bound by rope. You're tied to a chair, and you feel someone rocking behind you. You can't turn too far in these restraints, but you get the sense that they're tied to a chair at your back in a similar manner. And as the ringing in your ears starts to subside, along with it, the kind of muffled sense of sound also subsides, and you hear more clearly, Chauncey! Chauncey! Quit slacking, wake up!
I blink furiously, like trying to get to my senses. The eye with the patch on.
Yeah.
Does it hurt really bad when I blink?
Yeah, it hurts a pretty great deal. Yeah, you get the sense that you took the bulk of those blows to the same side of your face.
Okay. I kind of like shake my head as much as I can to get my bearings straightened. And I go, yeah. Who's there? Who's this?
It's me, Cambria. Hey. And you feel they're kind of shaking a little bit. It's about time you're coming too. What happened to you?
And I again shake my head, trying to get my bearings. Like, wait, where are we?
Like if I know. I mean, I was brought here with a bag over my head. Can't much retrace my steps. What about you? You remember anything?
Well, last thing I remember. Oh, it was so bad. We were at the mansion and we fought. All hell broke loose, and all I can remember is what the Dawn did. The Dawn, he grabbed me, and then I'm here.
You met Don Feliciano.
I don't think I met him the way I wanted to, but yes.
I don't think most people do. Wow. Okay, well, I suppose the selfless thing would be to say you shouldn't have followed me here, but I'm kind of glad you're here. Hopefully the old Clancy duo can figure out how to get out of this situation. I guess it's only 2/3 of the Clancy trio, isn't it?
Yeah. And I muttered to her, did they inject you with anything?
Yeah, they did. They have some sort of parasitic BOW. I think, I don't know, I might have skimmed a report about it or something while I was in the NSA. Sounds kind of familiar, but it's not my area of expertise. But from what I understand, it has some sort of controlling properties. It wants to control us. It doesn't surprise me at all that he injected you. Oh, you don't know? And at that point, you hear there are a couple of doors in this room. One to kind of either side of you. You see the one on your right side just barge open, both, pretty thick steel doors. That door barges open and you see a gentleman enter into the room. He looks to be a older man, maybe in his early 60s. He's got kind of salt and pepper hair, slicked to one side, and a well-trimmed goatee. He wears a black suit and a long-tailed overcoat with a pair of dark leather gloves over his hands and well-polished dress shoes on his feet. And you see this gentleman kind of enter in, and he's just like, "Yeah, Chauncey, I see you awake." He starts pacing around you.
Do I recognize him?
No, you have not seen this man before.
I give him the one eye stare as he's like pacing around, because obviously I'm not doing that with two. But yeah, I'm staring him down, and I'll continue to let him unfold whatever he's got to say to me before I lay out any information to him.
All right.
But even if it's my name, I won't agree to it.
So he continues pacing around you with kind of his hands behind his back. And Cambria just falls silent, and he's just like... After a short pause, after he realizes you're not going to say anything in response, he just says, "I've been looking for you a long time, Chauncey. I'm glad I finally found you."
I just breathe heavy. And again, staring at him and giving him this idea of he knows who I am, but I want to stonewall him almost as much as I can. Like, what do you have? What do you want me for without screaming at the top of my lungs at him.
And you're just like giving him this silent treatment, and eventually he paces out of your sight, out of this limited field of view you have while restrained. And it's just like, Well, nothing to say for yourself, eh? I expected you to be a little bit more worthy than that.
So I'm gonna break a little bit and be like, you don't even want me to start with you right now. I don't even know who you are. Just like I finally snap, like, you're gonna tell me everything you want, but I'm the one being interrogated.
And at this point, you kind of feel a hand arrive on your opposite shoulder from where you last saw him, and you see him coming around the other side, and he's just like, yes, of course, where are my manners? My name is Leonardo Bellucci. And your name, I believe, is Chauncey Clancy. Took your mother's name, I see. Thank you.
Well, I didn't have a father.
How you doing now?
So, like, I kind of just like eyeball him with confusion. Like, what are you talking about? Like, how? Who are you? What is this to me? Like, who's my daddy? Kind of thing.
You haven't figured it out, have you? It's me, Chauncey. You're my son. You and Cambria, and apparently this Charles. You're all my children. And I'm sorry.
I, like, shaking my chair, like, as he's saying this. Like, trying to pull loose.
So yeah, you just like, and you just like convulse in place, shaking the chair that Cambria's attached to. And she's just like, come on, hold it, Chauncey.
As she would say, hold it. I'd be like, we lost our mother to him. We lost you to him. Who's this guy? Who's this guy to come into our lives now? Glad Charles isn't here.
I'm sorry I couldn't be there for you growing up, Chauncey. And the rest of yous. You see, back then, I wasn't a real man. I was a coward. And I loved Helen. But when I found out that she was pregnant with the three of yous, I acted like a coward. I ran and I never looked back. But now you're here. Fate has brought us together. And we can be the family we were always meant to be.
Do I hear, like, or sense any kind of, like, distress from Cambria? Like, she's just like, doesn't matter kind of thing, or like she's on the side of this guy?
Make an insight check with advantage because you know her so well.
I need to bring up the right player card now. Wait just a moment. I was expecting to roll anything today. So, and that plays with my new yeah. All right, with this one. Okay.
Yeah, with Chauncey's insight with advantage.
Oh, dude, I wish I would have just done that. I'd have saved us a bunch of time. Here we go.
Okay. So yeah,
that'll be a 17.
17. Yeah, again, you know her pretty well, and kind of listening to her intonation and just the way she's acting and the kind of distress she seems to be under. You don't get the sense that she's necessarily siding with him. She's just been here for a while and has already kind of gotten over the phase that you're going through now upon discovering this. Okay. And so she's just trying to stay calm and trying not to overreact or anything like that. But Yeah, that's the sense you get from her.
So I'm gonna let her know that I'm going to react a bit. Like, in other words, she knows me so well. She knows that I'm about to snap, especially if she's been here for some time and she snapped earlier. I'm and almost like in a rage, be like, "Oh, you're so much of a coward now. You're still a coward. Unbind me from these ropes, and we'll see how much of a coward you really are. I can show you how much of a coward I have not become."
I was afraid that would be your reaction, Chauncey. I was hoping you'd at least be a little bit more respectful than your sister.
Oh, you picked the wrong Clancy to think's respectful. If anything, you had the best chances with her.
Oh, that's disappointing to hear. But a little pleasing, I suppose, at the same time. I mean, look at you. Sorry, by the way, about what happened to your eye. My boss didn't seem to take it easy on you. But, I heard about how things went down. And again, I apologize. That wasn't my intention that anything go this way. But I heard you fought valiantly. And you didn't give up even in the face of hopelessness. You see, you got the Bellucci blood in you. I see so much of myself in you.
I'm not a coward.
Neither am I. Not anymore. There's a lot of hard lessons I learned in that time of my life. But I'm more than 30 years older now. I'm wiser. I've gained a lot of years and a lot more experience, and if I could do things differently, I would. But it seems if you're so intent on being so rebellious, well, it doesn't much matter anymore. Mr. Walker has given us these bloggers to be able to control people. We're gonna be a family, whether you like it or not.
Furiously shaking in my chair, like rocking it back and forth as much as I can, like, you're not gonna do nothing to me. And I will fight you every day, even with the Plagas on me. I will fight you. You will never control me.
Snaps on. And it's just like, and yes, like this outburst comes out, and just sort of looks at you and shakes his head, and he's just like, that's too bad. I'm sorry you feel that way. I wish this could have all been done voluntarily. But I'm afraid time's not on your side. Sister Cambria here has even less time than you have. And it's only a matter of time before you're gonna change your mind about that. Why don't you sit here? I'll just be in the other room and you think about what you've done. And he walks out.
What I've done? I'm freaking out as he's walking out. What I've done? You haven't done anything. I'm just losing my mind. And then, just like as he shuts the door, I want to just breathly quickly say to Cambria, like, did he tell you how much time you have?
And she just sighs, she's like, takes about 24 hours for this plaga to take hold. I was injected this morning. By tomorrow morning, I'll be like one of those thugs. One of their puppets.
Twitching. The one eye starts twitching. And he just fumbles on his words. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna get out of this. We're gonna do this. You're not gonna be controlled by them. We'll find something to make you better. There's nothing that's gonna stop me from making sure you're safe.
All right. Well, I trust you. Listen, I was pretty conscious when they gave me the injection. I understand there's a laboratory somewhere around here. I don't know where. They put a bag over my head whenever they move me, but there's definitely a lab somewhere. And I think I overheard some of them talking about some sort of removal device. I think it might be what we need. But we need to find a way out of here. Are you with anybody?
I was. Not anymore.
And that is where we're gonna leave you two off. So, coming back to the table. So.
Oh, dang it! You're back already. I'm looking for something.
Already? It felt like that took a while.
That was a long while, in my opinion. Wow. I thought we was taking a mid break right now.
Well, before we get there. Meanwhile. Pistol Grip Pete. After an hour of waiting impatiently in the back of a C-Knight helicopter, Team Foxtrot touches down outside the gates of the Feliciano estate. You hear Newton is kind of on the radio the whole while through, and by the time you guys land, most of the Foxtrot team just like heads out and just gets their boots on the ground ready to head in. But Newton kind of calls us just like, hey, hold up. You can't just charge in gung-ho on this one. I say we start setting up camp and we'll start fortifying this area where we're going to make this base camp. And then a couple of the others nod and then just start setting up stuff. Start pulling out some gear and, you know, basic tents and whatnot to set up from inside the C-Knight. What you standing around for, Pete? Come on, we got a job to do.
She's kind of just looking at the mansion. Because you can see the mansion, obviously, from where we're at, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you kind of see it off in the distance. It's behind the gates and then past the whole vineyard and kind of up a hill. But yeah, it is. You do see it in the distance.
I don't think we have time for this.
Well, I'm afraid it's not exactly our choice. Obviously, if we had our way, we'd be heading in there for the boss man. But unfortunately, I just got off the horn. And local politics is getting involved. Chicago PD's on their way, and, well, quite frankly, state's claiming jurisdiction over this whole thing, so we're gonna have to wait and find out what our orders are. See how the red tape resolves itself. This may take a couple of hours.
Nodding his head. No, we ain't got time for this.
Oh, whoa, what do you mean?
We don't have time to wait for this. This is out of their control. This is my control now. That's our leader that's stuck in there.
And you see Newton kind of looks around, sees the kind of seeing if anybody's listening, and kind of pulls you aside a little bit. He's just like, well, we can't just go against orders, all right? There's a structure to these sort of things. There's a military operation, and now we're on American soil trying to figure this thing out. I mean, the governor's all, you know, getting involved, apparently. There's just... We can't just do things willy-nilly. We gotta do things by the book here.
And we know that by the book is always proven wrong. It's always by the book that screws everything up. That's probably why we're in this situation to begin with. I really don't believe that we should wait. And if you don't agree with me, then just say I'm doing something else.
How did a hotshot like you get on the Foxtrot one?
Kind of backpedaling, like, from the conversation and be like, because I'm the hotshot, and like kind of turn around and start running down the field.
And you see him, he's just like, he has your backpedaling, he's just like, he kind of looks around, he's just like, and you could just like, you've been on the squad together long enough. You know from the look in his eyes, he's not going to say nothing. But he doesn't approve, but he's not going to say anything to anybody else. So you kind of split off while the others are kind of taken to their tasks of setting up camp. So yeah, you're looking at this big gate surrounding the entire property. And it kind of stretches as you move on and, you know, kind of scurry along the outside. You see that this gate seems to stretch along the entire outside, and this is quite a large property. But yeah, it's kind of, you know, it's got kind of like spiked security fencing, most of the way, but it's like every once in a while there are like little brick pillars that they're connected up to.
As I'm coming up these brick pillars, can I kind of like parkour Spider-Man climb up and over?
Sure. Make an acrobatics check. Or athletics, whichever you prefer.
I will go acrobatics.
All right.
Oh no! Twisted my ankle.
Yeah, you tried to get up and over, and you're like, oh yeah, I got this. You got make sure all your weapons are holstered. You wind up, you're like, and then you run at it, and you do like a quick wall run to get up. You just like cat climb, get your grip on the top. And as you get a little cocky and you try to just like full vault over. And as your legs kind of go over, you get kind of caught up on like the security fencing. Get some of your pants torn on like the spike tip of it. You take 5 points of piercing damage on your leg trying to get over this fencing before falling back on the other side that you just came from.
Oh, rip. This is a great start. You said 5, right?
Yeah, 5 points of piercing.
Okay.
I know that feeling.
So, gathering myself, dust myself off, kind of look around and make sure nobody's seen it. Like,
thankfully, he seemed to be well away from everybody else.
And I'll hobble together and start still trekking toward the mansion.
Okay. So, yeah, you continue trekking onwards. Okay, everybody's gonna be RB. But, yeah, the fencing continues along, again, the entire exterior, so you're gonna have to find a way over it. You kind of...
I didn't make it over, so I went up.
No, you went up and came back on the same side.
I do have Tinker's tools. Can I cut through the fence?
I mean, it's solid metal, but you do have...
Oh, it's a solid metal fence. Yeah. I do have that arc welder and plasma cutter, don't I?
Yeah, I think you do have an arc welder in there.
That'd be good for welding, though. Looking at the contents real quick. A bolt cutter. I can use the bolt cutter and...
Bolt cutter probably won't necessarily do it.
Just the portable arc welder is about all I have, really, that seems like it would be sufficient. Can I try the arc welder on it to use it almost like a plasma cutter?
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll say make a quick... we'll call this a dexterity check just to see how well you use your tools. I'll say you could apply your proficiency in Tinker's tools to this check if you don't already have proficiency.
Okay, so straight dexterity with...
Yeah, so mobility plus proficiency. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, no, that goes...
Oh, nat 20. You just went from nat 1 to nat 20 in a hurry. All right. So, yeah, you're just like, all right, screw this. And you pull out your Tinker's tools, you pull out that welder, and you're just like... And just like with the steadiest of hands, just manage to carve like a perfect circle in this, in this fencing way off in this corner that you're at. And you just like make your way through in between the simmering edges of metal that you have cut, and you are now inside the gates. You're kind of having traveled a little ways far off. You're not outside the front gates, but you are kind of in the vineyard sort of area, and you see the mansion up ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna just start hauling and kind of dipping and dodging between stuff. Not really like stealth, but still taking cover.
Okay.
As needed, in case I see somebody coming my direction.
So you're not stealthing, though?
No, I'm not stealthing, but I'm kind of running, but like stop every once in a while, double check my surroundings as I take like a cover break, and then like almost like I would be moving with a team, but I don't have one.
Yeah. Okay. So Yeah, so you move, and like I said, you're moving through the vineyard area right now, so you got plenty of, material to obscure yourself with surrounding you. So you move through it, almost ghillie style, through the tall reeds, except it's grapevines, and you move along and make your way past this vineyard area towards the manor. And as you do, you do actually see a patrol of about 2 Feliciano thugs coming your way.
2 of them coming my way, huh?
Yeah. And you see them just like kind of talking to, exchanging amongst themselves, and just like, hey, what's that over there? Yo, I think that's a guy. Hey, it's that guy? Hey. And they start moving over there, over in your direction, and you have a clearer sight on them than they seem to have on you, but you see them moving.
How close are they to me?
Maybe about 40 feet out, but closing fast.
Can I try to put on a Italian accent and try to make them feel like I am one of their guys, just like lost in the vineyard?
I mean, so you come out in full gear, all your weaponry, and you're just like,
well, I figured I was still in the bushes. Like, it's over that way.
Make a deception check.
Oh no, this is not good. It's been better though. 16.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So in this just like moment of just like putting on just the most ridiculous Sopranos impersonation that you've ever attempted, Pete's never done anything like this before, probably, but he's just like, gabagoo, and they seem to recognize like almost the voice a little bit, and they're just like, hey, Luigi, is that you? Yeah, okay, hey, it's just him. Hey, let's keep going. We can't just be slacking around here. And they seem to move on.
Get back to work. I'm just gonna then once they clear out the way, like I'm gonna walk the opposite direction of their path. Like if they're circling around the house clockwise, I'm gonna go counterclockwise towards into a different direction until I see an opening to dart across and go into the mansion.
Yeah, they quickly disappear around the other side, moving in a sort of counterclockwise direction, but you're pretty close to the entrance now where you've exited, and you do see the front doors of the manor just ahead of you, looking kind of busted, and it looks like there was evidence of a skirmish around here. You definitely see that. It looks like there was a firefight. See shells littered amongst the gravel in the courtyard area, and there are a bunch of cars kind of laid around. See the if Pete would recognize Chauncey's car, you do see the black Betty just sitting there with its hood open, but yeah, you see evidence of a firefight here.
He's still here, and I see like did they clean up the dead bodies? Like, is Luigi, the actual Luigi, still dead on the porch?
That's true. They probably haven't cleaned up all the bodies yet, so there's a lot of giblets and a lot of just like just dead bodies around.
Do I see?
And you hear kind of as those sentries were just kind of walking away, and one of them was just like, "Hey, you sure that was Luigi?" So like, "Yeah." And like it seems, but you get the sense this might the deception might wear off at some point. But
I look at
if they figure
Chauncey's
it out.
car. Yeah, I looked at Chauncey's car and realized that he's still here. He has to still be here. I kind of just burst in the front doors and like quickly like slam them shut and like back up a little bit with 2 pistols drawn at the door, waiting just in case somebody did discover me and is looking to follow me in.
So, Lauren, is your guy still leaning against the door after an hour? So, just with cold, hard patience, after an hour of waiting, you hear a little bit of discourse outside. So that kind of tips you off a little bit that something's up.
Oh, okay.
And then these doors just burst open.
Well, because that's like immediately after, I don't have time to like move out.
Yeah, it's a good few seconds might pass. You know, maybe.
I mean,
minute.
it's a big. Like if it's a minute, as soon as I hear voices out there and it's like, it sounds like something's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna probably get to the east door. Yeah, I'm gonna get to the east door and kind of look through the crack of it at the door.
Okay, so you're kind of going over to the door to kind of the guest bedroom area, and
yeah,
you're going behind that door.
Yeah, it's cracked, so I can see through it into the lobby.
Gotcha.
But
so yeah,
I'm no longer like by the door.
Gotcha. So these doors burst open. Pete goes in, just like pistols drawn in like manner, closing the door behind you. As this happens, Lauren, your character sees a gentleman in BSAA uniform. In fact, if you want to describe him, Doc.
Well, I'm going to describe him as 6 foot, 200 pounds, and he's wielding 2 pistols. And like I picture him right at this moment having like a what is a balaclava over his face almost maybe, and like he was trying to be tactical, like that's his tactical advantage, is like a little bit of cover on his face. Besides that, he has a tactical vest, and you don't really see that like anything else out of just normal BSAA attire.
Yeah,
BSAA did with a face mask.
Yeah, and I kind of gave a little bit of a physical description of him when we first introduced the character during Chauncey's cold open at the beginning of this arc. But yeah, so that's the gentleman you see in front of you.
I wasn't paying attention to those side characters.
You should have.
Yeah, that's what you get.
11. There's 11 of them, and this is one.
Yeah, no.
Well, we only met 3 of them, though, to be fair, including Allie.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, if I have to, I will play.
Just roll them out. All right, so he's my character is going to take off the hat and jacket.
By the way, I should note, Katara and Lauren's character would have both heard, a good few minutes previously, the chopper coming overhead and touching down. So, yeah, that definitely makes a lot of noise, and you both definitely would have heard that.
Cool.
I think at that point I would have prepared because I figured somebody else was coming in, actually. So, no, I'm going to keep the stuff on, the jacket. Instead of coming out of the door, I'm just going to announce my presence.
Okay.
It's gonna say something along the lines of just like BSAA friendlies or something like that.
Okay.
So like something to the effect of like there's another government agent in here.
How do you? Yeah. So go ahead and express yourself.
Yeah. So just like I see him come in, I was like BSAA friendlies, and I'm gonna like knock on the door and then slowly open it.
1 pistol drawn at the double doors, 1 drawn at the opening door. Just like Mexican standoff with doors at the
moment. And as you fix one of your sights on this gentleman coming through this other door, that's where we're going to take our midpoint break. So, yeah. Thank you all very much for sticking around. If you have up to this point, I see Troy and Lisa have been filling the chat up. But yeah, so there was definitely some interesting stuff that has happened so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this is headed. But we'll be back in a very short bit. We're just going to take a quick break and then continue the story afterwards. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, jeez.
Welcome back.
You on fire?
Are you on fire?
Question important. Are you on fire?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I just walked back into the building while it was on fire. Don't worry about it.
Okay. That's good.
Trust me, the stories we've weaved about what you just went through are a lot better than probably anything you can tell us right now.
Did you pick all the glass out of your friend when you crashed through the window?
What?
I want to know how long it's going to take to individually pick out each little square of glass from the, the sugar glass that you had to crash through for action.
Oh no. Yeah, no, I apologize. So like I left to go get food and I go into the school. I'm like, oh, they're having burgers and these like Swedish meatballs. And I'm like, let's go. And then we just hear ree, 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 and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I'm glad I was muted. So we're outside, and then like over on the complete opposite end of the building, I see a fire in one of the rooms.
What?
And I'm like, what is going on? So fire truck gets here, people are just like, oh, there's a fire. I'm like, what happened?
Oh Lord Jesus, there's a fire.
And after a bit I see police come in and I'm like, oh no. And come to find out, this dude willingly set his room on fire.
That's college.
in attempt to kill his roommate and the suite mate.
That sounds like college.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, what?
How far did he get?
So
Like, was the whole room on fire?
yes, the whole room was on fire, but apparently the roommate like woke up, at the time things were going on. And as the dude ran out the room and the place was on fire, he was like, oh God, went to his suite mate's room, just kind of bursted in the room apparently. It was like, we need to go. And they ran out of there, obviously, calling 911. They're like, yo, there's a fire here, blah, blah, blah. The RAs are like, what is going on? And everything just starts going to shit. So, yeah, watching you get arrested, I was like, all right, that's...
All right.
I'm like,
Good guys win again.
I'm like, there have been deaths on campus. I've seen people get, taken out of rooms and pulled on stretchers, but now I see someone get arrested here. Okay.
Sounds like you have a very adventurous campus, or at least eventful. Like, it seems like weird stuff is always happening there.
I never expected to get to college and a bunch of this stuff happened. So This is a really great college life.
Welcome to college.
I don't know if that's how it usually works.
It depends on how big the college is, because there's this like sweet spot where you're not shitty enough for people are trying really hard to just like make it, and it's not rich enough for people who have already made it, and you have this like little sweet spot right in the middle where just a bunch of people who are having the worst time.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad by this way it sounds that nobody got hurt, at least.
Yeah, and I don't have to deal with the smell of smoke because that was on the complete opposite end of the building. So.
Oh, cool. Well, that was an adventure. I might keep that story in the VOD.
Go there.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, that was wow. All right. Well, in any event, we best get back into the role play. We're running a little late. But it's okay. I was talk playing now. I got that hard drive space now. So.
Right. Was that a 1 hour break?
I think I don't know, man. It was lengthy. But nonetheless, we're back.
All right.
Last we left off, Pistol Grip Pete had infiltrated the mansion and is now with his back against the front door, or rather, not with his back against the front door. You got guns out, 2 pistols, one on the front door, one on the side door that this individual who has identified themselves, or not identified themselves yet, but has announced their presence to you, is coming out of. And you see this guy. He looks like he's in Feliciano attire as described previously, at least at a superficial glance. But he's coming out unarmed. Or, not bearing arms at least.
Yeah. Oh, he's armed. He's got 2 of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Put him up. Put him up.
No, not that character.
That's where we're at, though.
Well, you get to stepping out from behind that door then, if you're friendly.
I'm stepping out into the main foyer.
I'm just eyeballing him. You said you're friendly.
Yep,
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm with the CIA.
It's kind of just like looking confused. Why is the CIA here? Like, why are you here?
I was called in. You can put that gun down.
I'm good.
I'm reverting to Emil voice right now. It's like it's a different kind of deep voice. I'm friendly.
and I'm breaking my rules. So like, let's continue this. Go.
Oh, don't shoot me.
Tell me more about how friendly you are. You realize that I'm the only BSA member here currently that I
Where's
know.
the rest of your team?
They're all waiting outside the fence, waiting for state and government to take over. But I have other plans.
All right, good. You're with me then. There's one more left in here. He just starts like looking around. It's like I can't tell where she went. She's hiding somewhere.
What do you mean one more left?
3 of them went down.
Are we here for the same reasons? Like, I'm only here because I know one person that may have.
Well, I imagine you're here for Captain Clancy.
Yes.
I'm here for Emil Johansson.
Well, I don't know who that is. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
No,
he
yeah,
doesn't
you
know
don't know who that is.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't know who Emil is.
Yeah, they were friends.
Well, I don't know who you're looking for, but I'm looking for him. That's all I'm here for.
I have a pretty good idea that they might be in the same spot. They both got taken, so the guy I'm looking for might be with the guy you're looking for. And they had another with them here who's loose. She might have some answers.
Well, when Jonathan makes a call for me to come and clean up, I come and clean up. So let's find out. We'll find out where the mess was.
Let's go clean up.
I follow behind him.
So should we
Like,
start
lead the way.
looking some more?
Would Pistol Grip Pete know that the last action took on the roof?
Not necessarily. No.
Okay, I didn't know if like that was conveyed through like the Maya talk and anything with obviously like because Maya would have been in touch with the rest of the group, correct?
Yeah. But I don't know if that was necessarily conveyed to her either, because she just got audio of him just like screaming a bunch of stuff at the last minute. Yeah, at one point he was just like, ah, and then he continued talking. So I'll say also, Katara, you would kind of hear mumblings of conversation out in the foyer if you're still.
And it sound.
Yeah. If you're in the closet, right, in the master bedroom. So yeah, you would kind of hear just like muffled conversation going on out there.
And it's obviously it's a different voice from the voice that you heard this character using while with the Felicianos.
She's like, oh my god.
There's more of them.
There's more.
Can I question, because he's been through this entire house so far, can I question him of where he's seen the most bloodshed?
Freaking everywhere, right?
Yeah, but like the one thing that you would think that looks like it kills people like, or destroys people. I'm hinting towards the guy that was split in half on a roof. That looks like a big old spinal creature.
Or
No, I
those,
don't know
or
anything about
those. I was gonna say, or those dogs that are just in the
Yeah.
room.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
bunch
sure.
of dogs in the halls and in the basement.
Yeah,
But, like, you do know about the spinal creature. You were up there on the roof. Or did he turn right back into regular form, just split in half?
No, he saw it. He just, I guess, isn't talking about it.
He's not saying that.
no.
to me.
So we'll yeah, I'll like go over the list of bodies that I've come across in everything. Obviously, I'm not going to leave anything out, but just go over the list of casualties.
Did you see any guns just laying around?
There was a rifle outside. That's a meal spice, I
Yeah.
think.
Chauncey doesn't like rifles, I know this.
But what about Pete?
Yeah.
Shotguns. Shotguns, maybe?
Was there a shotgun?
Assault rifle? There
I don't
was
think
some-
so. Wait, no, yeah, on the rooftop.
On
Yeah,
the roof.
there were some weapons lying around. That's right.
Yeah, there was. There's a little hand dagger, a shotgun up there. I think that was it. There's a rifle down in front of one of those windows.
Well, no, Chauncey. If he's in the heat of battle, he doesn't like to reload, so he just throws his weapons on the ground. I'm gonna start there because obviously
Chauncey's
that's
not
where he
here.
would have been last. What do you know about Chauncey?
So I saw him jump. You saw him got taken by the dawn.
You saw him jump off the roof. Why'd you lead with that? Like,
You didn't ask about it.
I gotta find out where my Chauncey's at.
I told you he's not here. He got taken by the dawn.
Oh,
Both the guys we're looking for got taken, and we need to find their last member of the group so we can ask our questions.
well, if you've seen them come off of the roof, odds are she's up on that roof.
I was just up there. It's clean. Unless she's really freaking good at hiding.
If you look at me, Chauncey doesn't like to just run around with people that are average. So I'm assuming she's good at something.
I don't think it's hiding.
We don't know that. She could be Ghost.
This is true. I shouldn't make assumptions just based on a visual analysis. Let's look for her. I'm going to tell him everything that we've seen. I'll tell him. I think we'll just. Can we just like duo scan from the floorboards to the ceiling or to the roof?
Yeah, sure. I'll say with both of you combined, one of you can make an investigation check with advantage.
Could I also have contact with Maya, or is that strictly like a next person down or just Chauncey thing? Or would I have
That's
my own
actually-
agent?
We'll say because Maya contacted the team that she will be staying in touch with you. She doesn't normally contact Pete, but you do have her as a contact for this mission.
Okay. While we're investigating, can I just get a hold of her and just like let her know that, wink, wink, we've come onto this premises. If you have any knowledge of people here or able to give word out to anybody that's here to let them know that I am here and I'm here for their betterment, make sure they're safe.
She's just like, that's strange. The BSA's communication logs aren't showing any record of your team being deployed into the premises.
Yeah, let's just say that I'm still out there with the rest of the team. I have to find Chauncey.
What are you getting yourself into?
You haven't dealt with me for very much, but Chauncey's rubbed off on me a bit.
All right, I'll see what I can
gotta
do.
save him. I can't wait for him to be found later in a bad situation.
All right. Well, hopefully this will yield results. And she, after hanging up with you, Katara, you do see your phone kind of light up again.
As she like looks at it, still the unknown thing.
Yeah, just displaying unknown.
So, yep, click. Hello.
Yes, this is Maya again. I've just received word that the BSAA has an agent on the premises, so he's looking for you. His name's Pete Stance. Yeah, you should be able to find him somewhere within the manor.
All right, I heard the helicopter, so...
Yeah, it's a little bit of a strange situation. The BSAA has landed, but they're not being sent in yet. I don't know, they're just not receiving the green light from their superiors, I think. And from what I can tell, local police and government's getting involved, so there might be some red tape going on, but from what I can tell, one of the soldiers from Clancy's unit seems to have gone a little AWOL, so...
All right, thank you.
Yeah, be careful.
I will. She hangs up. And then she looks at the progress of that safe.
So at this point, let's see, when did you do that? That was just after the attic, right? And everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was. Yeah, it's been close to an hour. So, because a good few minutes had gone by for all the stuff that happened up there. I would say there's about 15 minutes perhaps left on it.
Okay, cool.
Just slowly dripping acid on it.
Yeah. Just
Yes.
So, Pistol Pete, what's your investigation?
Oh,
Who's heading this?
Do that, huh? It's not very good.
Not good? Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, you're gonna want to take this.
Oh, no. 13.
So can I just say, like, Katara may, actually, wait, no, because she doesn't know who's walking around. She knows someone's in the premises, but there's a different voice she's hearing.
Yeah. Well, you heard two voices, yeah, and neither of them are voices you have heard before. So, and yeah, you hear them kind of sauntering around the second floor areas, but they don't seem to have come your way yet.
As we're kind of like walking around and investigating, can I just be like, as we open up a new door, be like, BSAA?
Okay, yeah, you're announcing yourself. You're just like,
yeah.
Every time we come by, and just BSAA. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, you hear someone calling out BSAA and just clearing rooms.
So I guess when they come to her room, or come to the room that she's in, from the closet, they'll probably hear like BSAA.
Yes. Where are you, ma'am?
Closet.
Come and open up the closet. Come on out of the closet now.
I think she did it a while ago.
I know. Not with me.
So yeah, so like she steps out ever so looking back at the safe. She's just, that safe's got another 15 minutes till it's open.
Looking puzzled at you like what?
You're opening it.
Yeah, there's a safe all the way in the back in that walk-in closet.
Which you see these two guys now in front of you. This BSAA soldier in full gear, and the individual that you'd seen with the Feliciano thugs earlier standing in front of you.
She looks at him. You're the one who killed those two in the attic, aren't you? Yeah.
You're in the attic?
Yeah, I was.
Maybe you are good at hiding.
Told you.
I was on the roof originally, heard some faint gunshots, and then checked it out, and then I saw you come up with them, and yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're trying to get through this safe here?
Yeah, I don't know what's in it. I don't know.
Well, while you're working on that, you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
Were you here with a man named Emil Johansson?
Yeah, I was, and it was Emil. It's me, Emil, Chauncey, and Archaea. Girl named Archaea.
I'm trying to remember. Actually, yeah. I did see Archaea in the fight, right?
Yeah, you probably would have seen her.
Was it just
yeah.
like bodies flailing all over the place and just?
No,
Okay.
yeah, with your view, you're particularly scouting out, so yeah, you would have seen her.
Yeah, so like he's got a Bluetooth similar to I think Katara's got a Bluetooth as well.
Yep.
He's got a Bluetooth. He's gonna like use it and give a report, just like confirmation. Archaea, Chauncey, Emil were here and unaccounted for. But returning attention back, can you elaborate on what exactly all happened here? It's a little bit from outside the premises, but
TLDR the events. Just
Yeah, same thing you did with Maya. Just give you're getting used to giving like. You know, it's like after a long night after an event, you know, you have to give a police report to a bunch of different people. You just get used to it. You rehash your story. Which, by the way, for Katara, make a quick intelligence check.
Oh, okay. Okay, here it is. I mean, another 13? Hey.
So many 13s.
There's a lot of 13s tonight. I think that's the night. That's the number.
That's the magic number.
Yeah, Roll20 got fixated on tonight.
That was what it was last week too.
Was it?
Yeah. I
5
kept getting
19s
13 damage.
Right.
on
Yeah.
everything.
5 13s tonight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, you. You. No, I don't think so. Because it's been a long time. You don't nothing seems. Nothing seems familiar or anything about this here.
After hearing that whole story, this guy is just gonna be like, "Give me one moment, please," and leave the room, talking on the Bluetooth.
All right. And just
basically just rehashing everything that he heard to you.
Gotcha.
So, he heard, and he's gonna be like,
he's just gonna relay
got it.
all the intel.
But also imagining that he's probably gonna get some orders based off of that. He's going to leave the room.
Okay. Yeah. And yeah, you do. After a little bit, you just hear stand by, and you do eventually receive orders back. Your handler is just like, all right. Well, new priority is to recover the lost targets. Highest priority on Emil and Archaea, of course, but if we can find Chauncey, just as well. But that's the BSAA's mission, not yours.
What about the part where Emil killed Archaea?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot. I forgot. We skimmed over that because, but yeah, that would have been in the summary.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, with that in mind, it's just like, well, that's troublesome. Stand by.
I'll stand by one more time. Yes. Standing by.
All right. So your orders when he gets back to you is just like, all right. See what you can do about recovering Archaea's body and locate Emil. If you find him, report in, and we'll give you further orders from there.
Understood.
And same goes for what he said about Chauncey earlier.
Yeah.
Having all this said to Pete, can he start questioning Katara in a sense of like where did all this happen? I need to at least get back into his shoes where you last seen him.
the roof, then the ground. like Jesus,
so I'll do
the roof and the ground. He was up there and then jumped down.
I'm gonna go up to the roof.
Okay.
From there.
Yeah, so you head up to the roof, and you find it in the same state as described earlier, the aftermath, the body of the mutated Marconi, and you do find, Yuko's push dagger, and you do find the AR-15 and the SPAS-12.
I'm going to collect all of that.
All right.
Also, on the body, there's a ring.
Yeah. Your agent friend would point out.
Oh,
I don't point out. You can just see it.
Oh,
yeah. Okay, you took the quarter circle, but the ring is still there.
Yeah, I don't have no room.
Okay, I'll take the ring as well then.
All right, so you have the Feliciano family signet, worth $5,000.
Wait a minute.
Ring worth 5K.
I do have room.
No.
Come on now.
I have 10 inventory blocks, but I only marked off 9.
Oh, rip.
GG.
Guess who's retiring after this?
Bye.
Peace.
$10,000 or however much that is.
So, while I'm up on this roof, though, can I look around? Do I see anything else on the roof?
You see the messed up transmitter, the signal jammer, that has been kind of destroyed and has an axe lodged in it.
Kind of chuckle as I see that, be like, oh yeah, that must have Johnson. That seems about right.
Yeah, but looking down below, you see the battlefield from a bird's eye view, all the bodies and whatnot littered around on the front end in the sort of gravel pathway that leads up to the front of the manor, and all the vehicles strewn about there.
Okay, and then I come back down, and knowing that she said that the Dawn took Chauncey and Emil and RK is dead, would anybody besides Allie and Chauncey know Arkea?
Probably not necessarily, no, but
okay, like
you might know
passing
of her,
maybe, but not like on a personal level.
Yeah, you might know of her, but the name doesn't have much significance to you.
Yeah. So, but I see all that the BOW mess everywhere, and I'm like, oh, well, yep. And putting two and two together, I stroll back down. I was like, where can we go from here to further proceed on your guys' mission prior to this? And what was your mission here, as I asked Katara?
Well, that's the thing. Originally, the mission, there wasn't really a mission. We were just here to talk with the Felicianos. This was from what Emil wanted for his company. And things went south. Guns started blazing. We were trapped. We got into a fight. And the only thing we needed to do was escape. So we've been trying to get through a door that has all these, circle. We're putting stuff into it to make a full circle.
Yeah, I have the key.
Oh, you came back in?
Oh yeah, after he would have finished, he would have just come back in and just like leaned against the inside wall of this door.
Okay, yeah.
He leans against doors a lot.
Yeah, she's like, we were trying to find all the pieces. We got a few, and they're in the door, but I don't know if that's the last one or if we're missing maybe 2 more, 3 more.
Oh, got it.
Okay. So now I'm just waiting to see what's in that safe. But I guess continuing deeper is what we would have done anyway.
How long till that safe's open?
It looks to be just about getting done now after all the minutes you guys have spent here in conversation, especially since she recapped the whole story to you guys. Yeah,
Okay.
it looks like it's just about done.
Cool.
So
she's gonna. So does it just kind of like fall off, or does she?
Well,
have to,
yeah.
open
So
it?
like, it kind of the locking mechanism just sort of like sizzles a bit, and by the time it's done eating through, it's just like shh, and you see like the, a bit of the dial just kind of fall off, and the door kind of swing open a bit.
Okay, she's gonna use one of those clothing things to move it further, so she doesn't touch it.
Okay, yeah. Just like, you know how to handle corrosive materials, and just taking some of the Don's clothing and just moving
expensive.
Moving it aside.
Sucks for him. So what is inside?
So inside this safe, you find quite a few things. A lot of it is, papers and paperwork. Looks like, things in regards to the land and the property, and things like that. Just a lot of standard issue paperwork that doesn't seem very interesting. You do find a Rolex watch that's worth about $5,000. And you also find something that doesn't kind of fit in with the rest of the paperwork. It's a series, it's like a manila envelope, and when you open it up, you find inside a series of photographs that all seem to capture over the course of time. It's kind of shot with a long lens from a great distance, but just like capturing this individual who seems to be a prominent gentleman, well dressed, in a suit and whatnot. Looks like a very official type, just entering into this apartment with a young woman, and a bunch of photographs, through the windows and various other angles afterwards.
Not familiar?
I'll say anybody who's looking at it, make a history check.
Oh, hit me with the hard stuff. I'm doing it anyways.
Okay, we're gonna.
That's the best I can do.
So
Another one.
To most of you, these photographs, don't really mean much. It just looks like some, they photographed some guy sleeping with some young woman. And this actually makes a lot of sense for you, for your character, Lauren, who looks over this, and you're just like, with your, your intelligence, you have a pretty good grasp of just the political scene and things like that. This is the governor of Illinois, John Pendleton.
Okay.
Do you convey that to all of us?
Oh, no. That's the governor of Illinois.
The governor of X. Okay.
No, I don't know who the woman is.
Yeah, doesn't look like anybody of import to you.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Looks like blackmail to me.
Well, I see why they wanted to put red tape all over this.
Is this all that there is?
Yeah, is it? Yeah, that's all that's in there.
Yeah, for the most part. Pretty much all the rest of it isn't of much interest to you. Like I said, lots of paperwork, lots of business transactions, things like that, ledgers.
If nobody stops him, my character will look at the photos and then just pocket them.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
I didn't ask this, but would Pete have a cell phone?
You would have a radio.
Yeah, okay. No, my radios don't take pictures. I was gonna take a picture and send it to Newton. Picture. Be like, keep this in mind. And put governor underneath if I could.
Governor.
The governor.
So, I guess with the rest of this stuff, she just kind of looks at it and it's just like, Huh.
What's all the paperwork of?
Like I said, mostly stuff regards to the ownership of the land, just things, just safekeeping. But some ledgers, you get the sense, knowing the scope of the business dealings of the Felicianos, it's probably not all their ledgers, but some, for some important transactions and other business dealings.
What I think is anything actionable here?
Make an investigation check, I'll say. See what you could decipher for now.
19.
That's pretty good. In the moment, giving it a brief once over, you get the sense that some of it might be. Some of these look to be, like back channel stuff through various sub companies and things like that are masking illegitimate business dealings. It seems like there might be some actionable stuff in here, and hence why it was in the most protected safe.
Yep. Just looking through that pocket.
I guess anything that's considered not important, really. Although it's still in the safe. Katara just like pulls out the scan. It's just like.
Is anyone taking that watch?
Oh yeah.
Pull that out real quick.
I put that in my inventory.
She's probably wearing it right now.
Actually, yes.
It completes Katara's look.
Yes.
The Rolex.
I pull my watch out and I compare it to hers.
And Pete pulls out his newfound ring.
Yeah, she's got that
tell the
Rolex
time,
watch
but
on.
I think this is worth a bit.
And then just
So you're just burning everything else.
Yep.
All right, you're just like,
Including his clothing.
oh. Hey, so you burn all this paperwork inside, all these fine deluxe clothes filling the closet, and this little closet begins to catch fire pretty quickly, and all the fabrics and whatnot burn. So, yeah, that's gonna be going for a bit.
You might as well do the whole manor. Let's get out of here.
No, need to find Chauncey.
Well, we have the what's it called? Oh yeah, the stuff for the door. Yeah, quarter circle.
Yeah.
Oh, pardon me, wrong pipe. Alright, so you guys are heading to that back door?
Yeah. Well, if they want to, she's just like, "Hey, listen, we can either find a way out of here, or we can continue deeper into this place. I don't care what we do."
I'm not leaving without Chauncey.
I need to know what happened to him.
I don't know if they're here, but we can find out. I wouldn't think they are.
Only one way to find out. And you could pull the last piece out and complete the sigil.
She just call it a sigil.
Yeah,
Sigil.
Sigils.
Nope, sigil.
Sigils. All right, so you put this last quarter circle into the piece and see the complete imagery of the Feliciano emblem at the center, that clenched fists with the snake tattoo. And as it does, you hear some mechanisms on the inside of the door click into place before it seems to be openable. If you try the handle, you'll find it open.
Yep, going right on through to the other side.
Right on through
to the other side.
Nope, just walking right on through. No breaking here.
So
Just walking.
as you guys walk through, you exit into the field, the big open field in the back. You see thin grass mixed in with small patches of dirt here and there, and it's bordered on all sides by a thick oak forest. You see a couple of landmarks around this area, and some of you who are up on the rooftop may have seen some of this, or at least gotten the sense of some of this. You see, going out the back door, you head down a brief staircase to get back down to ground level, and this open, relatively flat field. In it, you see to your left, not too far ahead, you see a path that seems to cut through the forest, just a dirt path. And then further on the left side past that, you see a large stone building with, its rooftops of various height at different points in it. It's just this large looming dark stone building. In the very center of the field, this probably would have been one of the first things you noticed. The very center of the field, you see a large blue tarp pinned at the four corners by metal stakes. About maybe 20 by 20 feet.
Large blue tarp?
Yeah, large blue tarp. Yeah, just pinned at the four corners. Right in the center of the field. Yeah, the building was on the left side, in that border of trees. On the left side, you have that path, and then you have that building. In the center of the field, you have that, or near the center, not directly in the center, but near the center, you have that big blue tarp that's just pinned down there. And then over to your right, you do see what looks to be perhaps a cabin obscured somewhere, just a small cabin off in the woods.
Tell me that's a cabin in the woods. Can't trap me with that. I'm not going there.
Do I see any guys lingering on patrol?
Make a perception check.
Oh,
with advantage, situational awareness.
The building has a different size roofs and stuff.
Oh, there we go.
Not
20. And that's
maybe you'll answer my question.
So you take a strong gander of the land, but this is specifically looking for people because your situational awareness applied. Mm-hmm. So looking around, you don't see the usual patrol that you encounter on the way in around here, but you do, kind of looking off into one of the tree lines, you catch a little bit of movement, and you get the sense that they might. That patrol might be skedaddling for now. Whether it's because they'd seen you or whether they're just like changing shifts, you're not sure. But you do see some movement off in the tree lines on your right side.
Movement off to the right, guys.
They're going left. And he's just going to start walking left.
All right. As you get kind of closer to that side and you get kind of closer to the big stone building, you do notice that the entrance of the stone building is just like this solid kind of steel door. And it has spray painted on the front just like this black skull emblem.
That's just spray painted onto the door?
Yeah, onto the front door.
All right, gonna try the door lock, or the door, see if it's locked.
Yeah, it is locked.
Really quick, look around and see if anybody's, if I hear or see anything. If not, gonna get down and examine it, see if it's openable.
Examining it, it looks like a pretty strong lock, a pretty sophisticated lock as well.
Similar to the back door?
To the back door of the manor?
Yeah.
Not similar in the sense that it takes a key. It does have a keyhole, but the key, the locking mechanism itself just looks rather complex. You get the sense that it might be extremely difficult pick, and might take more time than it's worth. And even if you do attempt it, it looks like the amount of money and time and effort that was put into this lock, there might be some internal defenses.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. All right, so I assume everybody else followed me. Or
I mean, Katara is staying back a bit because she sees this,
then I'm heading to the top.
Painted skull.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You're staying back, but not like you went with, but stayed away from the door.
Yeah,
you stayed back in the manor. Okay.
Which, by the way, Katara, the skull rings a bit of a bell.
Oh, would that be a history or
It sounds like a document check.
Yeah.
Might be a
It
bit of a
sounds like it's in
document
your
check.
journal.
I'm gonna look at the document.
I forgot to ask when we just got out the door, but while we're looking around everything, I'm going to be like interrogating Katara for like more details.
Mm.
I'm just gonna wait for to look at that real quick. But
While that's all happening, would I have been able to look at that blue piece of tarp?
Yeah, you get closer to the blue tarp, and you actually, as you get closer to it, and even actually before you get closer to it, while you're in this field at all, in this general vicinity, you do hear like some pretty loud noises. Not necessarily loud, like real loud, but you do hear some noise coming from beneath the tarp. And as you approach the tarp, you kind of see how it's kind of concave. It's like pinned at the four corners by these stakes, but it's still like at the center. It's a big tarp, 20 by 20 feet, and it's still at its center, kind of drooping a little bit. You get the sense that underneath it might be hollow. And as you approach, you do just kind of hear just this loud, just like this almost snoring, like breathing
I was wondering
coming
if
from
it's
beneath.
sleeping, snoring, or
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
snorting.
It sounds almost like a snore, but like a lot louder and boomier than you might be expecting.
Can I like peek underneath it?
All right, peeking underneath the tarp, you kind of lift it up a bit at the corner and at the edge, and just like look down, and you see that beneath this tarp is probably a hole in the ground about the same width as the tarp itself, 20 by 20 feet. This just like perfectly square hole in the ground that was excavated and goes down and down, a lot farther necessarily than your eyes can see, especially with how little light is there from the covering of the tarp. But yeah, you hear even more clearly at this point, just like that heavy breathing, and but it eventually like goes down into darkness, and your vision just sort of cuts off.
Okay. Then I'll meet up with the rest of the group from there.
All right.
Yeah, so Black Skull documents. Hold on. It's like I feel like I'm missing something, but I also feel like I'm not.
I can try to tell you what the actual document is that you're looking for.
Just gonna meta pitching it over to her.
Yeah. Just be like, you're looking for that Feliciana memo.
Yeah. So she, all right, yeah, no. So she like goes through and like takes out this document. She's just like, wait a minute. Added measure. I'm having the skull key moved to the old mines.
You say skull key?
Yeah, that's what this document says.
All right.
But it also says, should our new guests even manage to best the D'Antonio brothers, rest assured we can still wake up Big Billy for his old kneecap busting routine.
All right. So what do we got to go up against?
Billy is.
You found Big Billy?
I think I found Big Billy.
All right.
See that tarp over there?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was over
Sitting
there
there next.
looking at it. I was over there looking at it, and something big is breathing down there, and it's deep. It's a real deep hole.
It's deep.
I couldn't see all the way down it.
Well, if we're going west of the field to get the skull key, apparently it's being guarded by the D'Antonio brothers.
Yeah, we need to find the mines. So, let's head west. Throw at that cabin.
Well, so judging by the position of the sun and whatnot, you figure west to be the direction of this prison and the path that leads off to what
prison?
would have been, or rather, this building. But I guess you would know from the document that it's it's the prison building.
Oh wait, so hold on. So the manor,
because it identifies the skull key as going to the
Yeah. So
For some reason, I
Does
switched
Katara
my
let us
thingies.
see this stuff?
Oh yeah. Katara would have.
I imagine she's holding it out and like reading
Yeah.
We all just like snatch it out of her hand.
it. We're all just like, oh.
This is for Chauncey. This is for Emil.
Her just in her mind. I just want to get the fuck out of here.
You're safe.
Whoa, what's in that?
I need
Oh,
you.
what's in that cabin?
So, this is I'm trying to see where it says prison.
It's in the third paragraph.
Yeah. This is prison house.
Oh, the old guest is locked up there,
Yeah.
west of the field. So we need to go more west because this is the prison. We need to find the mine.
And that says nothing about a cabin, so maybe we should search that right quick.
Mm-hmm.
Following you.
So if what I've been told so far, Chauncey's in that prison too.
Probably. So we need to get in there.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go check that cabin and then start heading out to these other areas.
I'm curious though if that cabin is part of the labs.
Yeah, me too.
I'm kind of confused. I don't know.
So you head over to the cabin on the eastern side. Yeah.
While we're walking, I do want to question Katara a little bit more about some of the details
Okay.
of why we were of what all happened, or rather, did she say that in her quick recap that they were looking for Chauncey's sister?
She would have said everything. This is a whole recap.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
So
whole
you,
thing.
She just said the last 3 episodes worth.
Okay. So that, yeah, I guess that just also would have been a part of the update that there is an agent missing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is all then, if we've already got all the information. I just want to make sure that there's nothing kept out of this report.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
Does the CIA know that one of the NSA members is missing?
Now we do.
Okay. I don't know if you're gonna report that, if you're gonna get new mission.
No, not my job.
Oh well, my job to save the Clancy's.
Yeah. Your job is save the Clancy's. I just need to figure out what happened with Dr. Johansson.
All right. So you guys head over to the cabin, and you find it. It's very small and simple looking. It's just a very tiny, simple wooden cabin. And entering in, the door just creaks open, and you enter into a living room. Looks like it might have once been used, but now nothing much remains. Maybe like a crumpled up, dusty carpet, kind of sits in the middle of it. No furniture. Maybe a fireplace that just looks like it hasn't been used in years. Yeah, it looks kind of out of use. And moving throughout the building, you find a kitchen with a dining table with a few chairs on top of it, just another dirty looking rug. Search the cabinets, they're all empty. There's one bedroom.
Empty.
Yeah, just completely empty. It's one bedroom, also for the most part empty, save for a small dirty mattress on a steel and wire frame. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of fallen to disuse, and just the general wooden boards kind of look like they're on their way to disrepair.
Flip over everything. Tables, chairs, rugs.
Before he starts flipping shit, everything looks old, but does it look like somebody's been through here recently? Like, is there clear footsteps in the dust? dragging.
Okay, I'll
marks or
say.
anything like that.
I'll say. Yeah, make either a perception or investigation check.
I was gonna see if Katara could just investigate this place.
Okay,
Just
Can
yeah,
I let
sure.
her do that do that
Yeah,
and
well,
with
yeah.
advantage?
Sure.
We'll all do help.
18.
Okay, yeah. You do see some signs that perhaps someone was through here recently. You know, again, that kind of footprints in the dust sort of thing. You know, and some things look like they might have been moved or crinkled or disheveled recently.
Look at that.
What looks like it's been moved or crinkled or disheveled?
Just
I'm
like
flipping it over.
just like things like the carpet in the living room. You know, the rug rather.
That's the main thing. I'm taking this carpet out.
So you take the rug, you flip it, and it's just nothing but wooden floorboards underneath.
Knock. Is it anything hollow?
Seems solid.
Okay. I'll put the rug back.
All right.
Does it look like they went like just through this place? Like they didn't stop in here and disappear in here. They kept traveling through it.
With that check, I'll say it's hard to tell. You just get the sense that people have been through here. You can't quite track the, you can't quite recreate the entire scene, but you get the sense that some people have been in here recently.
Knock on the walls.
I'll go outside and do a perimeter check.
All right, quick perimeter check.
While they're like looking around inside, I just want to make sure that the building is as big as it's supposed to be.
How do you mean by that?
In case there's any extra rooms or anything hidden that might be like a hollow wall or something, or an extra room.
Okay. Looking around the exterior of the building, again, it's a very small building, so it doesn't take you long to look around. It doesn't look like there's anything more to it than what you've seen inside. It's a pretty simply constructed building.
Katara knocks on the walls and he's like, "Yep, we're good. Yep, we're good. Yep, it's just the cabin."
Dang. Yeah, and then like you said, there are no like just kind of loose items just laying around. Anything in the cabinets, stuff like that.
Dust bunnies.
Yeah, there's a bunch of dust bunnies in the cabinets, but yeah, there's nothing of use that you can find in that kitchen area.
How many rooms total?
Just the one. There's just one bedroom, one living room, and a kitchen.
Okay.
Pete's gonna look back at that note and be like, "You know what? I really don't think we need to be in here.
All right, burn it down.
I don't think we need to draw attention to where we're at."
We're not gonna be here. We're gonna be west.
Did I hear arson?
Right. Fire. You shouldn't say that too loud currently. I mean, in real life. I'm just
Oh yeah, true. Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's not draw attention to us. You might be a spy, but I like to kill things, and really don't want to have to kill anything if I don't have to. So let's try to be as discreet as possible.
Seems like that should be opposite.
It should be, but obviously you want to hide in the shadows, and I cannot. So I don't want to draw anybody looking toward my little walking path.
Fair enough.
All right, let's go.
All right, so you guys move out of the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys start moving back to the field, and as you cross it to head towards that path, you again cross that bit at the center, just hearing that heavy as you pass, and you head on.
That's Big Bill.
Head onto the dirt path, taking you through into the woods. You peek under?
Yeah, just want to.
Yeah, you see the same things that Pete did.
Okay.
Just like eventually just keeps going down into darkness.
So more than 30 feet.
Oh yeah, way more.
Got it.
We're probably talking about 100.
I'm not jumping down there.
I thought about it too. No. He said I couldn't see the bottom. I was like, my legs are too valuable.
You already hurt them on the fence. Yeah.
Yep.
Throw a flashbang or a grenade.
I thought about that except for the extreme breathing. I was like, I'm pretty sure big things can climb up big holes.
We'll find out when we get there.
Yep.
Until then, we're going to the prison. No,
Alright.
we're going to the mines.
Yep.
So you guys start heading westward, and yet start on this path that cuts through
Again, I
the
ask.
tree line.
Any windows on that building?
The prison?
Yeah.
I don't think you asked that before. But no, there do not.
No, I haven't asked that for this building.
No, okay. Well, no, you do not see. You do not see any windows on that building.
I guess even if there were, they'd be all
Enclosed.
barred up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Does the
That's true. You
prison
might see
house
some
look
openings.
huge?
But yeah, what was that?
I said, how big does the prison house look? Like, is it of the
it's-
same size?
As like the manor or the cabin?
Hopefully in between.
Yeah, it is somewhere in between. It's a fairly large building. And like I said, the roof looks to be at varying heights depending on like different areas. It looks like there might be some sort of internal layout to it that it might explain that. But yeah, and then just like on one area, it looks like it's like warehouse height. Another, near the entrance, it's just like 1 story in height. It's just it varies.
Also, before we would have left the cabin area, I wanted to say about looking at the ground. Does the ground look like it's humped up or straight flat, like it's been leveled out?
Around the cabin.
Anywhere around the cabin, around the prison, all those areas. I come see if it was like flattened out or if it was like heaved up, humped up, like it's just natural.
I mean, it looks fairly well landscaped in all the general used parts of the estate. But yeah, it's pretty flattened around like the prison area and around the cabin as well.
Okay. I'm gonna take note of that.
All right. So, you guys head down that dirt path, cutting through the tree line, and
Keeping an eye out to hear or see if there's anyone else coming.
what's the marching order here, by the way?
Katara and the Katara. You know what? Whoever wants to take the front can take the front, and whoever wants to take the back can take the back. She'll be in the middle.
All right.
I can take the front.
Can I attach the flashlight that is on Chauncey's shotgun to one of my pistols?
Okay. Yeah, I would say, I'll allow it. That's a pretty simple mod. Although bear in mind, you've picked up 5 inventory items worth of stuff from that rooftop. Or 5 inventory slots.
I'm full. I know.
Yeah. So yeah, because that's
everything's on there.
2 bulky weapons in the dagger. So,
Yep, and a ring.
Oh yeah, and the ring. Yeah.
It was 6 items. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if anybody would like to hold on to this ring and push dagger, they have space.
Do you have space? Does the Katara have space?
Nope.
You can keep the 5K if you make space.
What do people want to hand me?
Push dagger and a ring.
I can hold on to the push dagger.
I was gonna say, like, I have the Rolex watch, but like,
If she's wearing it though.
I really wish
Still takes some
somebody
inventory
else would have
space.
had the treasure pouch besides Chauncey right now. It's like he has that.
wait, does the Rolex watch still take inventory space if you wear it? I was gonna say like that's not. I was gonna say like.
Check to see if it opens.
Does
Press X to
this
investigate.
open?
Smash it
Yeah,
off the ground and see if it's real.
I don't know if that's how it works.
It is now priceless, as in worthless.
This is a priceless watch worth literally nothing.
So good.
So,
Okay,
does
so-
anybody not wear gloves currently that would like to wear a ring then?
So, Lauren, your character is at the front.
Yes, I'll take the push dagger because I have 2 spaces open and I have 1 left.
Well,
Okay.
I can take the lead if you'd like, now that I have a flashlight.
I'll take the lead, and then I'm gonna walk ahead, everyone, in front of everybody, 30 feet, and then disappear.
You did say you took the push dagger, right?
Yeah.
And you're disappearing from us, or just disappearing?
I mean, you guys will see me get into the bushes, and I'm
it's
keeping, I'm keeping pace with you, but incognito.
So you're not leading.
I am leading.
Yeah. So he's
I'm
like
30 feet ahead.
Yeah,
of you.
he's 30 feet ahead of the group, leading everybody ahead. So you're scouting on ahead.
Yeah. So if anything, if you come across anything on our path, you'll know 30 feet before they do.
Okay.
So
60 feet natural eyesight. Can't hide from me forever.
So yeah, I'll say you're scouting ahead. Well, if you guys are all generally moving quietly, I'll say you guys can make group stealth check.
How does that work? Everyone makes one?
Yeah, just everybody make a stealth check.
I don't know if mine works that way.
Oh,
Somebody else roll better.
No. You know what? Can't get any worse than that. Let's. I am the knight.
Katara disappears. And I think that's with a -2 for your armor. For Pete.
Yeah, that's what I was just double checking. 10.
Okay. So, Lauren's character is scouting ahead and isn't quite being as stealthy as you would like. You're not used to moving through this level of foliage, and you're just like moving through all sorts of thorn bushes and stuff, and just like
I'm cut out for the urban environment.
yeah, clearly.
The one guy that should be the best at stealth.
Rolled the nat one.
Natural one.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Pete, you're moving on, trying to keep quiet and doing all right. But Katara, you're kind of taking up the slack and just being the quietest out of everyone. Just like, where do they get these guys?
The funny thing is, like, I'm almost as quiet as he is.
Yeah.
I keep like looking back at Katara going, wait, where'd she go? Oh, there she is.
Colonel,
Smile.
stick
Can't see.
around.
See like this lighter spark up every once in a while just for preparation of a flame.
Only David Hayter was here right now.
But you guys are moving along. I'll say, for
Keeping an eye out for anything in front, obviously.
for our leading agent, go ahead and make an investigation check then.
Investigation?
Yeah, because I know that's what you're strongest with.
15.
Okay. You guys continue traveling along this path, and it's quite a long and winding path. It takes you very deep into this forest. About a half a mile down the path. It's taking you a few minutes to get this far. A good chunk of minutes, but about a half a mile in, you do just notice a head hidden in some tall grass. That there are, there's just this patch of tall grass that kind of interrupts the path a little bit before it briefly before it continues. And you do see hidden in some of that tall grass some bear traps just laid along the path.
Traps.
Oh.
Well, what do you want us to do about it?
Well, I'm gonna point them out so you can go around them.
No, you don't want to get your bear trap on?
I'm not gonna disarm any traps. You just go around them.
We could use them, can't we?
We
Oh,
could
you-
use them on their own people.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna disarm them.
Yeah, but if we move them, they won't. They'll walk right into them.
I'll disarm some traps.
So are you gonna disarm them?
How many are there?
There's about 4 of them.
Let's keep going until I fail one.
It's just like we just talked to in a mess.
All right. Yeah, I'll say go ahead and go make a mobility spy gadgets check for each one.
Darn right.
I wonder how you get those.
That's 25.
It's a bear trap. You're just like dink. you just take some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 1. And same thing. I'm gonna get all of them. 11.
Yeah. The next one just like ding, just like trigger it and just disarm it safely.
15.
Yeah. Same with the next.
And last one, 18.
Yep. You set each one off by different methods and get them pretty safe. No threat to anybody.
All right. Well, here you go.
All right.
Here you
Now
go.
Now the next best question: how we carrying these?
He said he had one in. Oh wait, no, took the push dagger.
Oh no. Okay. Oh man, we
do
don't
they
have the
stack?
pouch.
I would say
How do
each
they
one takes up a block of inventory space.
Oh my.
Just move them from where they're currently placed to another position.
Yeah,
Like-
I'll say you could kind of just drag them along. Yeah,
Move them up 120 feet.
Yeah, just rummage, like tossing them around so the people like they know where they put, but then they come stumble across one and it snaps their ankles because they thought it was somewhere else.
Yeah, so you could drag them elsewhere, kind of into the surrounding bushes and just kind of off the
Drag them-
path just a little bit.
Into the bushes or up the path?
I mean, well, the rest of the path is pretty clear. It's just dirt. This was just one
Yeah.
little patch of grass that was interrupting it, so it'd be plainly obvious to see if it was on the path.
Could I bury it in dirt? Oh, is it dirt or is it like a loose dirt, like a gravel? Not a gravel, but like a I don't know, the sand version of dirt.
It's just regular dirt. A little muddy, perhaps here and there, but it's dirt.
I'm wondering if I could conceal it in dirt.
I'll say make a survival check.
The sand version of dirt.
No, I don't.
No, yeah, you don't do a very good job of concealing it. You attempt it, but it doesn't seem to blend well with its environment.
That patch of grass, it was only enough to like conceal this dirt or this traps.
Yeah, essentially.
How close are we to the front door of this place we're supposed to be?
You don't know.
Oh, we don't see it?
No, yeah. It's you guys have gone down the path about a half mile at this point. You don't see any end in sight.
I'll take some. We'll just keep going. I'll take some and I'll just like occasionally place one down in the tree line.
I'll hold on to one for you.
I can keep one on me as well. I'll place 2 down unless Katara wants to keep some with her as well.
No, I'm okay.
I'll place 2 down.
All right.
So you want me to hold on to the other one?
Yeah, I'll hold on to one. You hold on to one. 2 of them will be placed in the tree line.
Okay.
And I'll try to remember where they are.
All right. So you guys keep moving along.
Mm-hmm.
So you placed 2 down, and you guys are keeping 2. All right.
I have one on me.
All right. So you guys continue moving along the path, and it continues winding through the forest. About another half mile you go past, and you're now about a mile away from the main manor. But you do come across a little bit of a landmark. There looks to be kind of off to the left, just off the path, a small wooden shed with sort of metal lampstand with a blue flame lit at the top.
Oh, Katara's like, we need to go over there.
That doesn't look interesting at all.
It is very interesting.
I listen to what she has to say.
she's like, I'm gonna go over there. Just wait for me, unless you want to come with. But because that's a very familiar look, isn't it?
It is very familiar.
Yeah,
to you.
Yeah, she's like, she's like, no, you should really come with. This is gonna be good.
What's sad is that I want Chauncey to be in this.
Chauncey's just selling guns.
He's not gonna be here when I come back. If we ever come back. The second time I'll miss him.
I mean,
and
still
you
here.
don't know who that is, right?
Yeah. You none of you recognize him.
All right, I'll follow the scientist.
Yeah.
All right. So you head in, you open up this wooden shed, and you find a pretty spacious interior, actually. That's a little bit, deceiving. But you find this kind of makeshift wooden countertop that separates one half of the shed from the other. And on the far side, you see that similar merchant figure that you'd seen back in Terra Grigia, all hunched over with his tattered canvas trench coat and backpack and hood and bandana masking his face, and the glowing red eyes. And you see behind him a stockpile of guns hung on the wall. And he sees you guys enter, and he's just like, strangers. What are you buying?
She's like, oh, you made it out?
I don't quite know what you're talking about, stranger.
We've never met, stranger.
She's like,
I'm a stranger to you, stranger.
She's like, maybe not the same person. Oh, well, what do you have?
What do you need? We got lots of good things on sale, stranger.
For a grenade launcher.
Oh, I see you're jumping straight to the punch. Well, it might be a bit pricey, but we got one of these. And he just pulls out this 6 round cylinder grenade launcher. He's just like, this is the Milkor MGL. This thing will shoot 6 40mm grenade rounds at whoever you don't like.
She's like, how much?
I'll be $5,000 US, stranger.
How about a Rolex watch? She just, puts it on the table.
You pull out this Rolex watch, and he takes it, examines it for a second, and he's just like, I'll buy it at a high price. And he kind of deposits it. He's just like, that should just about cover the cost of that launcher, stranger.
All right. Take a look at this.
All right. So, let me get everything up here. There you go. That should be it. What about the rest of you? Any of you strangers buying?
Let's see. Are his wares displayed?
Yeah, a good few of them seem to be on display. You see weapons for at least every category of weapon: assault rifles, handguns, magnums, shotguns, SMGs, sniper rifles, or at least one of each at the minimum. Tactical flashlight, some blunt weapons, some blades, and also some armor as well, some protective gear.
looking at rifles and handguns.
Okay. So he kind of shows you around. He's just like, well, if you're looking for some long-distance rifles, stranger, I have you covered. And yeah, he does introduce you to the Accuracy International AW, which is a +2 bolt action.
Give me that op!
And in regards to handguns, yeah,
I am an operator.
that was horrible. You take that back. So in regards to handguns, he does have two options available: the H&K P8 and the SIG-SAR P226. And the general difference between them, what it comes down to, is that the SIG-SAR is single shot, higher damage, +2. The P8 is an interesting weapon, apparently, with a focus on piercing. It is a very high piercing weapon, fires 2 shots, but only in +1.
How much for the...
Both of them cost 4,000.
Okay.
Wait, what were these weapons?
These were handguns.
It was...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let me have a look at that rifle right there. Yeah, that's the one.
You have a fine taste, stranger. And he just pulls the Accuracy International AW off the shelf and like sits it down on the countertop. And he's like, "It'll be 4,000 for that one, stranger."
I'll take it.
All right, how are you paying for this?
Bang. Do we have
He
an ATM?
You do not see any ATMs in the middle of this forest.
There's no way anybody has 4,000 cash on them.
No, we can only carry 1,000, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can.
I was never given any money, so I went on this mission with my wallet at home.
So is there no way to purchase this?
Unless you have something available for trade, like your finely dressed friend here.
How much for the
Actually-
rifle?
The rifle was 4,000.
SWS +1.
Oh. Let's see. I believe it's. I remember if we settled on, you could sell stuff for half or a quarter of the cost of the original. Does that one have a value on it?
Credit card.
Oh, let me check.
Does he have PayPal? Does he have one of those little swiper things?
3,000. Yeah, the freaking was it like not the cube, the little
Yeah, like the ice wipe or something.
something like that. 3K.
It's worth 3K.
Yeah.
All right. So he's just like, fine weapon in good condition. I'll buy it off you for 1,500, stranger.
Knocks it down to 25.
You're trying to barter for 2,500?
Well, I'm saying it knocks it down to 25. I don't have
you're saying,
$25,000 on me.
Yeah.
Could I also
What?
look at his wares?
All right.
So if he doesn't have, if nobody else is going to do anything, I'm just gonna.
Not
if
enough
I don't
cash, stranger.
So Katara's gonna come up with the China Lake, and she's gonna be like, "How much would you take for this?"
I'd probably put that roughly the same amount. About 1,500 off with that.
And she hands that in.
She just walk around with all this money in front of us. What is this?
And she's
Pleasure
just
doing
like,
business with you.
and she nods. Looks over to the other two, just like, "So what are you two trying to get?" I don't have any money on me, but I'd have this I can offer.
So you've got 1,500 credit, basically.
Yeah, the 1,500.
I have 1,500.
That's $3,000.
Yep.
I can buy my rifle back.
Real quick though, I just want to look at his wares because I do have a $5,000 ring on me.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can find something and then it leaves a little bit of money left over, I will give the rest
Okay.
over.
What categories are you kind of looking at?
Shotguns.
Shotguns. He's like,
Yes.
oh, well, we do have a pretty hefty one here. And he pulls out the Armzel Striker, which has this big, hefty drum mag fed shotgun.
I would like to see this a little bit closer.
It's basically, it's a +2 shotgun.
Okay, so like,
And I believe the AW is in the very rare category as well, and this one is also. So pretty much all the weapons from that rarity onward, generally speaking, with special exceptions, don't necessarily jam.
yeah, but like, what's it compared to the spaz? Like,
Generally same stats, except it's a +2 instead of a +1.
oh, okay, everything's pretty much the same. Like fire rate's the same and whatnot.
Yeah, it's also semi-auto.
Ooh, yeah. So it's spaz. How much for that?
4,000, stranger.
How much would you offer me for the spaz 12 that I have?
And that's a rare item, right?
Yeah, that's $3,000.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So that one would also be 15. Oh wait, no. Yeah, quick correction on the grenade launcher. The grenade launcher would have been going for about 1,000. So yeah, so 1,500 from the rifle, 1,500 from the shotgun, 1,000 from the grenade launcher. That would have been 4,000 total credit.
So
4,500. Wait.
No, just
right.
be 4,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, in
you're
credit. So that would be enough
So
to
the
pay
grenade
for
launcher
the
was 2,000 total.
Yeah,
Okay. I was wondering if you said it was 1,000 total. I was like, wait, no, because that'd be half of that.
yeah. So yeah, so you can get enough credit by trading in all these guns for that striker.
I'm not giving you my gun.
No. Would I have had any money brought with me? We didn't really discuss that at all.
Probably not. You're on assignment.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, if that's okay, I will buy the shotgun with the trade-ins, and then just give the $5,000 ring to Lauren's character.
All right.
That's $1,000 more, so you can keep the cash for that.
I don't need it.
Okay.
it's fine.
Because I don't want to have to hold that.
Can I get ammo with that $1,000 left over, and have shotgun ammo?
He doesn't seem to sell ammo, but all the weapons come loaded with 1 mag.
If you sell it, if you trade it in, you keep the ammo for that.
Yeah,
too, right?
you do keep the ammo from any weapon that you hand over.
Okay.
All right. So then what? So we're trading in all the weapons,
Mm-hmm.
the ones that we're upgrading.
Yeah, which pays, I suppose, for the shotgun.
Yeah, and then the ring pays for the sniper rifle with op.
Yeah, I guess you guys managed to get away with both of them.
With $1,000
With
extra.
$1,000 credit too. Yeah.
Split
Yeah.
it between us so that we can carry it.
I can carry the $1,000 for now if you'd like.
If we
everybody's
split it, we should
probably
be able to
full.
carry it on our persons.
Oh, you don't have like $1,000 in your wallet right now?
Oh, of course, I don't have $1,000 in my wallet.
Oh, okay.
I want to Feliciano.
25 in my wallet.
You have $25 in your
No,
wallet?
425 in my wallet.
Oh, then
Yeah, if we do
you guys
500
can
each.
split it evenly. Go ahead. If you
Yeah.
guys can do 500 each, I don't want.
Yeah, we'll split it 500 each, so that way we can hold it.
Let me get each of these stat cards to you.
Yeah, 925.
Oh yeah, came to bullet.
Now, was there like any like blunt melee there at all, or something along those lines?
Yeah, well, we do have this little thing, and he pulls out this stun baton, and just like zzz, zzz, at the end.
Pretty good, right?
I would assume that would use like only strength though.
Let me figure. I actually need to pull out stats here. I don't know this weapon too well. It does have finesse.
Hey, yo, what's up? Yeah, interested in that baton you have there.
It's quite a good one.
If anybody may want a knuckle duster at all. If not, or well, technically I have a free space, so I mean I could take the stun baton.
Very well. That's $1,000 for that one.
Oh, want this 500 back?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys could take the cash credit and just like.
Yeah, that's. Or wait, didn't I have like or no? She handed the 1,500 over to them. So yeah. So okay, yeah, that
went towards the shotgun.
Yep. So that 1,000's just gonna go straight in for. So I'll bring that thing back down to 425.
All right.
So you can just put the 1,000 in for that stun baton.
All right, so you get that.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh, that's so nice.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty strong weapon you just got there. I mean, you just paid 1,000 for a blunt weapon. It better be a good weapon.
It's just like, oh hey, no, it's just 1d4. Don't worry. Oh, okay.
Alright, so I gave you that 500 back. How about this? That's your dagger. This look interesting to you?
Oh, stranger, that's quite a unique weapon.
Does it look like I could use it? Does it do anything for, or is it only for? Was it only for Arcade?
There are some benefits that are exclusive to Archaea, but let me see.
Would Katara? I'm asking Katara. Would Katara say to him that like I think Chauncey would want that because his daughter just died, like like memorabilia, like.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to sell Archaea's push dagger right now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Katara's just like, hold on. Wait.
It's like this is like it's worth anything. Looks like a piece of junk to me.
Hold on, guys. That's Chauncey's. That's Chauncey's stepdaughters, right there, or well, daughter in general, whatever. But I wouldn't sell that. Chauncey may want that in memory of Archaea.
Thank you. No, I was to convey that because Pete wouldn't know that.
All right.
Yeah, I like that completely eluded my mind, and I was like, "Oh, wait a minute."
I will trade you bear trap for said push dagger. You can sell these bear traps.
Sure. Yeah.
So you want me to take the push dagger back?
I'll take the bear trap
Okay.
because I can do more with it.
I do have plans
I don't
for
think
push dagger. I'm just saying, like that's why.
I don't think this bear trap is worth anything though.
Probably not. Neither was this push dagger, to be honest.
Bear trap isn't worth anything. It's not worth the time, right?
For
To sell.
oh, to sell? I mean, you could try to sell it if you want, but
That's not what Malcolm's like. You want it?
I would certainly wouldn't mind it in my collection. I mean, Katara's trying to stop you, though.
No, I have the bear trap.
Oh, the bear trap. I thought. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, no, he's just like, oh, I don't want a bear trap. That's just a piece of steel, isn't it?
Darn right. Piece of steel, I can take someone's leg off. I'm gonna go set it outside his door. Okay.
And I'll set the other one at the back door. So yeah.
I'm just gonna set it right in front of him and then hit him with
Hit him with what?
Hit him with an egg.
Yeah, that's how I was like, just start throwing eggs at him.
I think that's all I can do purchasing wise. So I will go out and patrol and make sure.
How much for any armor that he has?
Well, it depends on what level of armor you're looking at, stranger.
Full heavy armor.
Well, I've got some pretty high quality gear for you. And he shows you over to like this armor stand that's just decked out in this just like combat gear that is completely armor plated, and just like all of the plate holders are filled with solid plates, and just like huge pads, almost like modern day pauldrons, adorning the whole thing at like the shoulders and the elbows and knee guards and all sorts of stuff. This thing is pretty heavily decked out and almost just like metal reinforced for all those pads. It's just like, well, for this set of full plated combat gear, I'll run you 5,000, stranger.
Can we make a deal that I pay you later for your items today? All right, I owe you. Will you be here later?
I'll be around as long as I'm needed, stranger.
Well, meta, you'll be needed. I'm gonna want to come back, is all I'm saying. Like, if Katara will tell another character that. How much would he buy the AR for? I think it's only $1,000 regular.
Yeah, does it have a value written on it?
Yeah, $1,000.
Is that what it says? Yeah, so it would just be like 500 for that.
You give me, 90% off? I'll trade you. How much would he give for my current armor? It's regular, just heavy armor.
I'm about 250 for that.
So 750. So I need like 3,250 more, huh? Or did you say 5,000? Was it 4 or 5,000?
For which one? For the armor? Yeah, it's 5,000.
Oh yeah, so I need 4,250.
You're not gonna get to it, so moving on.
I'm not getting to it, so we're gonna move along. But I just hope I can come back because I missed out on that opportunity.
I have $100 if you need it.
I have $0. I know somebody who's got money. Not that kind of money, but
Also,
I still wouldn't be able to buy it.
Fun fact. For some reason, I think it's because I didn't update some of my damage for a stat increase. I actually did 1 more damage than I.
Oh, so you would have killed the guy that you missed by 1.
I actually did kill that guy.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys depart from the small shack in the woods, and he's just like, "Come back anytime." So
I got
probably
a
not.
Crew that's gonna want to come and buy material.
So you guys moving along the path?
Yep, Feliciano's, man, they have things going on.
You'd think they would have had an ATM outside.
So is Lauren, your agent, continuing to lead?
Yep. Can I make another stealth check, please? Not one, hopefully.
Sure, yeah. I'll allow everybody to remake stealth checks after. Because after that, you guys just like dipped back inside an indoor area, and so you're moving on again from there.
That wasn't like a short rest or anything, right?
No. So everybody make stealth checks.
Oh,
It wasn't a natural one.
9.
18.
I got 12.
Okay.
Oh, who's dark as night now?
So you guys are moving along, and speaking of night, the sun's on its way down. So you guys are just like moving along, and while you still have regular sight in this forest area, and there are no artificial lights in sight, But yeah, you guys head down another half mile. Make
I have advantage on stealth checks. Hold on.
You do also have advantage on stealth checks. That would have been useful to know on your natural
17.
one. All right, there you go, 17.
Oh, still darker.
So bear that in mind.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead and make another investigation check.
Oh, okay.
Or
I don't have
perception
advantage
check.
on those. Investigation. Oh. So 21.
All right. Going on ahead, you know, the sun's getting low, but you do see, with your dark vision in the close radius as you're approaching it, what looks to be a fine wire going from one tree to another, and kind of going around and looking to the other side of it. You do see some charges set, just like sort of cobbled together with dynamite.
Trap. And how many of these wires? Just the one?
Yeah, just the one.
I'm gonna warn them to stay back.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually do kind of want to try to what do you call it? Disable these ones.
All right.
I really do. I want this.
Well, what you mean, like disable them, like while being recoverable?
If possible.
All right.
I want this tripwire.
Yeah, go ahead and make a spy gadgets check. I'll say if you cross 5 above the DC, it could be reusable.
Anything but a 1. That's a lot. 25.
Oh, you actually did. So no, yeah, you just like instead of attacking the wire wholesale, you decide instead to focus on the charge and making sure it's thoroughly deactivated so that you can start jingling with the wire. And once you do, you kind of figure out the mechanisms by which the wire is attached and make sure those are disabled so that any movement of the wire would not trigger it. And when you do, you go ahead and run to the other side, unhook the wire from the opposite tree, and kind of nervously at first, but once it's done, you sort of see that no explosion has gone off, and you receive the wire back into the device and or have a tripwire bomb that you could reuse.
Okay. All right. I'll take that tripwire bomb, and in the same spot that I was using, like if somebody who knew where this trap was and they wanted to check up on it, putting a bear trap.
Okay. Gotcha. So bear trap is in place. How many of those do you guys have left now? Just one?
You have the one bear trap and a tripwire bomb.
All right. So add that to your inventory.
So if somebody knew where that tripwire bomb was, I'm putting a bear trap where they would go.
All right. So you open it up and make sure it's ready for functional use again, and place it where you suspect someone checking up on that trap might go. So you guys continue down the path. Another half mile down the path. Now 2 miles away from the manor in total. The path winds kind of through the forest, going up and down various hills and around rocks and streams and little obstacles in the way. The wind whistles through the leaves around you as you travel in an eerie silence as the sky grows dark around you. And up ahead, you do see what looks to be the mouth of a cavern that leads into complete darkness.
How far up ahead?
Maybe like 50 feet.
Oh. Not very far up ahead.
Do we see anybody at the mouth of this cavern?
No, you do not.
Okay.
50 feet,
Well, I thought.
let's go.
Yeah, and from my point of view as well,
6 seconds later.
nothing we can see.
Not that you could see. So you guys approach
All right.
the mouth of this ominous cave, heading into the pitch darkness that lies within. And that is where we're going to pick up next time with this
Bear trap.
newly minted band of adventurers, or survivors rather, that we have here. So yeah, that was quite an interesting little session. So, whew, we'll pick up next time with this new group of characters. That was a nice introduction for them, though.
The sad thing is we technically don't know each other's names except for Katara.
Yeah. Everyone only knows
really
Katara's names. No introductions have been had.
I'm just BSAA guy. That's CIA guy.
It's like that's gonna be like how you refer to each other. You're just like, hey, BSAA, get over here.
Well, I was gonna say you did. So Maya, I think, Maya did say, what was his name, Peter?
Yeah, she did. She did.
Peter's name, and you did say BSAA, so it's connected.
Yeah, like, you
Katara
know, but I didn't tell you.
Katara doesn't even know I'm from the CIA.
That's true.
Yeah,
Only
she
Pete
just
knows
saw
that.
this dude kill people.
Well, the enemy of my enemy is, I guess, where she's at.
Exactly.
So yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Everybody who may have come out to the live stream, and of course, to the VODs afterwards that are going up. Man, curious what the thumbnail for this one's gonna be.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, you got till Monday to come up with something. But again, thank you all very much for watching. This has taken an interesting turn, and I look forward to seeing where things go after these big changes that have had to happen to this campaign. And I'm super excited to where we go from here. But till next time, we'll see you guys later. Peace. Squared. Have a good night. God bless.
Your dreams all of good things.